Gravy, gang, gang, gang. Baby, pop the top and let it spread. As we're listening to Pastor Gravy. We're going fishing for your bitch today. We're drunk in Houston, baby. And we go ahead and lick and we'll get rich today. Rich, bitch.
Gravy, gang! What is going on, everybody? It's Past Gravy, episode 575 with your pals Alex, Pat, and Bobby Jokes. And I'm a little bit sad this week because I feel like we were hanging out. Boys got together on Wednesdays. We did the pod in person. I mean, we were going through disasters without power and internet. And now we have those things back, but I miss you guys.
I miss your stupid, beautiful face.
Miss your face too, buddy. And you, Robert. You too, Robert.
Thanks. And, your wife and your daughter, I guess.
They're cool too. But yeah, podcast is back remote again for the foreseeable future. So, I don't know. That was fun. It felt like we were on vacation for 2 weeks though. Like it was like, this is the podcast, but is it really the podcast? It was like when you got to go outside and have class outside when it was nice.
I was gonna say I do appreciate, and I know you've said it, that you are really making an effort to not be a everything's about my kid guy. Because yesterday, one of my friends said, "Hey, once the baby is born, just so you guys know, I'm not going to be playing video games as often." And then I told him I'd throw his kid off a fucking bridge. So I appreciate.
You drop it off at a fire station, I think, and it doesn't necessarily kill the kid. Then the fire station just has to take care of it. That's what happens. A lot of people think that they send it to like an orphanage. No, the fire station has to raise that baby. If you drop a baby off,
they're Dalmatian. It's just a human Dalmatian.
Yeah, that's really what it is, which is like kind of sucky because like a baby not as cool as a Dalmatian for like 4 or 5 years at least.
I'd say more like 10 to 12.
But like you can get him to start like sweeping and like helping clean up at the fire station at like probably 4. I'm not saying they're gonna be good at it.
Yeah, really, all kids that age are good for is grabbing beers from the fridge, and I don't think you can have beers at the fire station. I don't think that's allowed.
Maybe you might. Probably not, though. I think it was probably frowned upon.
Yeah, at very least frowned upon.
But yeah, just in the future, don't throw babies off the bridge. Take it to the fire station, then they will have to raise the baby.
I don't want to throw the baby off the bridge, but if he stops playing video games with me, I don't see what other option I'm going to have.
That always, that's got to, yeah. But you leave it to somebody else to raise. Like, this firefighter, I don't play video games with him. This won't affect my life.
Well, he either better keep playing video games or tell his wife to fucking get in a boat at the bottom of the bridge.
Yeah, I don't understand, dude. I mean, I feel like I play more video games now. Again, not hard to be a parent.
Our other buddy chimed in and said that when his kid comes in December, he's going to buy one of those baby holders that's specifically for. He said it's specifically for while you're playing video games, but I don't get what would be different about it than just a regular Bjorn.
He thinks it's for that, but it's for other stuff too. What he would get it for is just specifically for video games. But like his wife might be like, "Oh, I can also walk around the house and clean up with it too, and then also have the baby on me." So like he may look at it differently. Like that to me is like I can play Xbox with my baby, and my wife's like, "Well, I have to make dinner with my baby on me, and that's why I have the baby." Different, same but different.
So has she left you alone with your child yet, or does she still not trust you?
Yeah, a couple times.
Now, have you ever strapped Elle into a Bjorn because you had to take a shit and didn't want to hold her?
No.
That's next level.
You just set her on the ground where she can't go anywhere. Like if I set her on the bed, I'm worried she'll find a way to roll off, which is unrealistic. But you set her on the ground, and then you're like, Wheezy, take over for a second, and then you go, you do your business, you come back, she's still there, she's fine. Sometimes she's crying, but like she gets over it. I did.
I thought you meant put her on the floor in the bathroom, like next to you.
Oh no, like on the carpet. That'd be gross.
Poop particles flying all over your daughter.
No.
Which, to be fair, she's a baby. She's already covered in poo particles.
Oh yeah,
So it's actually not that bad of an idea.
probably more poop than anything
Yeah, it's not the
right
particles.
now.
It's just the poop.
She's mostly poop. But I did have a cool dad moment yesterday where like I came home, she was kind of crying. My wife was like, "I'm gonna go make her a bottle," and I was like, "Let me just take her. Let me take her." And I was like, "What do you want to watch? Let's watch something with Daddy." So I pulled up Daniel Jones highlights, and I just put it on. And I was like, "Let's just let her rip, let her rip." Trying to get her, integrated to the game. She stopped crying right away, and I
You
was
know
like,
it's going to be
"Buddy,
great.
this guy might make you cry later on, but right now he's making you not cry, and that's what we need."
Once she's old enough to like hold up her head and actually like kind of track things on the screen, jackass.
No, I mean, because then it's like when you can track stuff on the screen, like where's the middle linebacker? Where's the mic? See, yes. Now
Well,
that the safety blitz, the defense is setting up for. Gotta watch them film. Other people have their kids watching Bluey. Other kids have their kids watching Bear in the Big Blue House or whatever. Who was it? Blippy, the guy that pooped on himself or pooped on somebody? Blippy was the poop guy, right?
I remember something about Blippi. And
One of
poop,
them, it was Bluey or Blippy was the poop guy. We're not watching that. We're watching film, watching game film, because then week one's over. I'm like, all right, let's sit down. What did we see here? Yeah, we were missing our slants right there. We were missing that. The pocket protection over here on the left could have been better. You're right. Could have been better. We need to get better on these safety blitzes here. She's gonna be talking game with me, and then it's like you got your best buddy, but you just like it's half you. Pretty stoked with that part.
Raise her to be the first female head coach in the NFL.
No, she's going to be the next Caitlin Clark. Why you decided that?
Yeah, but then I don't know if you've thought this through, because then you have to watch women's basketball.
We already watched plenty, dude. What are you talking about?
No, okay, but before you get to the professional level, have you ever watched a junior high JV girls basketball game?
It's not much worse than the dudes.
And do you think she'd have the height?
Maybe.
I mean, the height isn't as important in the WNBA.
As long as it's not the size of the dog in the fight, Robert. Maybe you've heard this one. I don't know if you've heard this. If your generation said this, it's not the size of the dog in the fight. It's the size of the fight in the dog.
Ooh, think about this though. Also, this goes back. If you show her jackass early on, and she starts finding nut shots funny, then she'll start training for kicks, and then you make her become a female kicker, first female kicker in the NFL.
Right, but then I'm also a little scared that then she's going to try and get me with the nut shot, since I would be the only person in her immediate life that would have that, like that she would get that from.
I didn't think about that. I didn't think about the household nut shots.
Then that's just a daily occurrence to me. And I know that as she gets older, that's going to be a thing anyways, just because kids don't know stuff. So I don't want it to get worse. We don't need to talk about. We don't need to make this about my kid, even though that's what we've just done for 5 minutes.
This is the L podcast.
Not making it about my kid. I did have a question. You guys were very helpful. My last health question last week about banana bread being healthy, which I got a consensus that yes, banana bread is very healthy. Just asking questions here. No judgment needs to be passed. Say you watched The Big Lebowski and you really wanted a white Russian, but you didn't have any milk and you had everything else. Can you use baby formula to substitute as milk in your white Russian? Because I feel like that's okay and not problematic at all.
100% fine. I thought you were going to say use your wife's milk, and I was going to say, fuck yeah, that's fine.
Again, not me. This is asking just in general. This is definitely not me. Definitely not me.
It's definitely fine. And in fact, it's probably better because I have to assume there's extra nutrients and shit in baby formula.
So it's healthy.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Ask a question, get an answer. There we go. That's easy.
Also, using baby formula to make a white Russian, I feel like is a very Russian thing to do.
Not not for you per se, or not for the baby per se, but for you. This is for you, not the baby. We're not a podcast that wants babies to drink or encourages giving babies alcohol. This is for you're running low on milk. You don't have any milk. Formula is basically milk.
I mean, no, I have nothing against the baby drinking per se, but I wouldn't share mine with a baby.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay. So that was really the first thing I wanted to get off my chest. Next thing I wanted to ask. Homeless people, not hating on homeless people. I do feel like if you were like, what do homeless people own the most of? It would probably be shopping carts would be one. And then like plastic shopping bags that they accumulate lots of. And then I feel
Coats.
like in the last week, do you think homeless people own the majority of the world's wheelchairs? Because I think they do.
No.
I think
No.
they do.
Hospitals.
I feel like they got to get rid of those at a certain point. And where do they go? The streets. And then homeless people have them. I've seen like 10 not homeless, but people on the side of the road begging for money. They've all got wheelchairs. Sometimes they're wheeling them around. Sometimes they're setting their stuff in them. Like, I get it. It's a very versatile item to have out on the streets. I just feel like they got to go somewhere. My grandfather was in a wheelchair and he went through 3, my mom said. I had to get research on this. I was like, how many wheelchairs did your dad go through? She's like, I think in about 15 years, he went through 3. So like they gotta get rid of them. You gotta make sure they're good to go and like they're in working condition. But then when they're not, you just throw them out on the street or give them away. And then homeless people end up with them. Because I feel like they may not be the number 1, but they're like top 3. And like maybe it's like hospitals, then homeless people.
Nursing homes.
Okay, homeless or nursing homes, hospitals, homeless
No,
people.
hospitals is still number 1. Because they got you just said you saw 10 homeless people with wheelchairs. You go to any hospital, you'll see 10 in the entrance of the hospital right there. There's a lot. Yeah, no, I would say it goes hospitals, nursing homes, then maybe like
Airports.
rich single guys in their 20. Ooh, airports. Airports definitely 3.
No, they have the carts. They have the carts, dude. They have some wheelchairs, but they got those carts you hop on, and then they beep. They have the little light, and they're like beep beep beep, move, 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 and then they just yell at everybody else. You're like, that. Why does that guy get to go? Oh, because he's 100. And then you feel bad.
My restaurant actually had 1 or 2 of them for a little while. Not for the restaurant. It was after my boss's mom died. And we just kind of kept it in our storage for a little while. And then sometimes when it was in like our catering area. And sometimes I would just like kind of hop in it and wheel around a little course that I built.
So the list is hospitals, nursing homes, airports, restaurants.
No, airports. I think more homeless people.
I don't think so.
Homeless people. I think the homeless have more wheelchairs than airports.
No. You just don't see them at airports, but they have lots of them.
Mm-hmm.
Just pay attention. Stay woke,
Then
guys.
maybe
I'm just
Walmart,
saying, there's
Target.
like if the
Amusement
homeless
parks.
people rise up, it'll be with wheelchairs and shopping carts.
Yeah, but then we just have to like throw some shit on the ground, and then their uprising is down.
True. But it would be an uprising.
Well, it would be a sit down rising, is what it is, not an uprising.
It would be a brief uprising.
A down rising.
A brief uprising before the downfall.
That would be funny if they fall. Also, I don't know why this popped in my head. How much fun would it be to see like a group of people in wheelchairs trying to like charge the police, and they just hit them with a fire hose and just like wheeling backwards? I want to do that as a sport. You put one guy in a wheelchair or 2 guys, and then 2 guys have hoses, and you have to try and spray your buddy across the finish line first.
I would watch that.
I would
That's
watch
all I'll
the
say
shit
on
out
that.
of it.
I would watch that.
Wheelchair basketball.
And most people probably won't want to do it, so we can hire the homeless to be the ones in the chairs. And then we're creating jobs.
Wasn't murder ball wheelchair basketball? Is that what they called it?
Oh, yeah. Murder ball, dude. So athletes, that's another group that has lots of wheelchairs.
No, but that's just like one that's people that are like the handicapped. The handicapped is already a group of people. But I was like outside, like after that, I think the homeless people own the majority of them.
Yeah, but I
Wheelchair
think
quad rugby is murder ball.
Oh, rugby. Yeah, whatever. Close enough. They're
It's
in
just like
wheelchairs and it's a
basketball
sport.
without
It's murder ball.
baskets.
Just banging up your shins, but it's okay because you can't feel them anyway.
Yeah. Oh, this is getting weird. You want to do some Robert Felines? I brought in some Robert Felines.
Yeah, I got
Oh,
one.
no. Before we do Robert Felines,
Okay. Oh yeah.
I had a movie I needed to tell you guys about, and I made sure you guys watched this movie. This was not anything I've seen, but I don't know if one of you guys want to tweet out the link to just be like from this week's podcast and just tweet out the YouTube link. My wife and I were trying to find a movie on. We were like looking through all the apps we have. Disney Plus was one of them, and you know when you're scrolling now, they just have the auto play the trailer of whatever you're scrolling through. Well, we got to this one and we were talking and we stopped and I looked up and it was playing already. It was called The Shaggy DA and it had a dog in it. And I was like, it's got a dog in it. You have my attention. I'll watch this. And all I see in the preview is like this weird guy behind a desk holding some funky ring. And then this guy he's laughing at turns into a white dog and then like punches the guy. And then I don't know. It just like there's a district attorney that is a dog, and that is the premise of the movie. A district attorney has been transformed into a dog, and then has to perform his district attorney duties as a dog, a shaggy dog. And I don't know. I mean, I haven't seen it, but it's on my to watch list. Shaggy DA. If you guys are looking for something to kill some time with, Disney Plus. We're not getting paid to say this, obviously, but go check it out. It's got such famous people in it as Dean Jones, Suzanne Fletchett, Dick Van Pattern, Vic Tayback, Joanne Worley, and Tim Conway, huh? That's pretty cool.
Prefer Charlie Conway, but okay.
You're a Charlie Conway guy yourself? Yeah, me too. Me too. What's it rated on Rotten Tomatoes?
It probably doesn't even have a ranking.
Oh, it does. What do you want to guess what it is?
Let's see. Rotten Tomatoes is out of 10, right?
Or no, out of 100. Out of 100.
Oh, I'm gonna give it like a 26, maybe.
I was thinking 35.
Both wrong. Tomato meter. Critics have it at 50%. The audience have it at 44%.
That was my next guess.
Well, the critics like it more than the audience. Usually, I feel like it's the other way around.
Roger Ebert, a top critic, rated it 2.5 out of 4 stars. And he says there are unusual scenes in which cars climb telephone poles, characters do cartwheels in midair, dogs drive ice cream wagons, and Keenan win blusters. Okay.
The trailer was electric. I mean that.
Yeah,
that
the
dog
trailer
had
was
a hell
electric.
of a right cross.
Just go watch the trailer and you'll feel good about it. This is a review from Dennis Schwartz, who reviews movies. He says wearisome and derivative. Gave it a C.
Guy sounds like a real fucking downer.
Steve Crum says sequel dog time, please, with leashed laughs.
The fuck does that even mean?
Maybe he wants a sequel to it. I don't know. But yeah, The Shaggy DA. Go check it out and you can thank us later. Now on to Robert Felines. That's one of those things you see it and you just gotta share it with the world a little bit. And I'm like, spray it up on the pod. Robert Felines. If you're new, this is a thing we started like 2 weeks ago accidentally with the word bobcat. And somebody asked us if Robert Feline is the proper term for bobcat. We tried to guess how long it would have taken us to figure out that Robert Feline meant bobcat if that was a game. So then we just came up with some of our own. We tried it out last week. I don't know if it went great or not. I felt like it got some engagement on socials, but maybe we'll try it again this week. And if it doesn't work, we don't have to keep doing it. But I came up with 3 more Robert Felines for this week. So basically, these are words and phrases that will describe something else. Think Wheel of Fortune. We're going to give you the category, and then you just don't get to guess letters. We're like, all right, here's a weird hint phrase. You got to guess and decipher what that thing is. So like Robert Feline is bobcat. Just like that. All right. Last week, what did we have? We had Sibling Ship Dungarees. That was Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants. The movie. All right. This one I'm gonna try with my easiest one. This is an occupation, fellas. This is an
Okay.
occupation. Fireplace broom.
Chimney sweep.
Yes. Very easy, right?
I'm on a roll.
It's pretty good.
After one.
This one, Pat might get. Robert might also get it, actually. But definitely Pat. Catacombs, Red Oakland. And it's a video game. Catacombs, Red Oakland.
Tomb Raider?
Yep. Nailed it. Nailed it.
Where's the red
Yeah,
come in?
where's the
Just
red?
the raid?
Red Raiders. So Oakland.
Yeah, but the
It was
Raider
initially
is the-
Catacombs, Red Mahomes, and I thought that'd be too easy because you'd be like, oh, Red Patrick Mahomes was the Red Raider. Tomb Raider. Can't make it. They can't all be chimney sweep, okay? All right,
Okay.
this is my most difficult one yet. Let's see if I can stump you on this one. The category is painter. Painters. And the hint is drug dealer photo, but interesting. Drug dealer photo, but interesting.
So it's something off of a mugshot. I don't know, Vincent Van Gogh. I just took a guess. The only painter I could think of.
And it's a person's name, you said?
The painter, yes.
Painter's name? Let me hear it one more time.
Drug dealer photo, but interesting.
I got nothing.
Pablo Picasso. Drug dealer photo, but as in ass, interesting. Drug dealer Pablo Picasso. But
I don't
dealer
understand that one at all.
Drug dealer. The drug dealer is Pablo
Pablo.
Escobar.
Uh-huh.
Oh, okay.
That's your drug dealer. That's where you get Pablo.
Pick.
Photo is pick. Butt is ass. Interesting. Oh.
I got one for you. Robert, you might be able to get this one. You won't. Never mind. Because the clue involves a movie. It's a baseball player.
All right.
It's Jungle Man, Tigger's Tail. Jungle Man, Tigger's Tail. You give up?
No.
All right, let's just sit here in silence.
No. Okay, just tell me.
George Springer, George of the Jungle, and Tigger's tail is like a spring. He bounces on it.
That's a good
Here's
one.
Yeah,
what-
no, I got stuck thinking it was a movie because you had said movie, and then I was like, what movie? Tarzan? Jungle Man was Tarzan. I got it.
Here's another one. It's a throwback. This one is a movie from our childhood.
All right.
It's a Courageous Bread Oven.
The Brave Little Toaster.
There you go. That one's super easy. That was.
Well, so yeah, it's like when you come up with one, you're like, well, this is too fucking easy. So you
I
gotta
was at
change it
work.
up a little bit.
I was at work trying to think of something, and I looked over off to the side, and I saw the toaster, and I was like, "Let's work with that."
Dude, it is like trying to go at Robert Feelings is like the most fun, like weird high activity. He's like, door. What could a door be? Door could be flat wood turn knob. What is it? It's a thing in your house. That'd be hard to do. You can't come up with that.
That's all the ones I had.
O'Malley call. It's a thing that I'm talking into.
Microphone.
Yeah.
Sorry if we're gonna be,
No,
full
I'm
with
not doing it on
O'Malley.
the spot. But it's like that's what you'll do.
Microphone.
That's what you'll do on fucking like if you're trying to go with Robert Feeling, you'll spend the whole day doing it. My brain is turned into that now. I like it. Robert, did you have any?
I did not have any, no.
No,
I'm not sure my brain
Yeah.
is wired this way.
not yet. keep playing this game. And it
I've
will
got one
be.
for you. It's a here's
right.
another one I just can't do. It's a thing. Jamaican bacon. You're never gonna get it.
Okay. Okay, tell me.
Say Jamaican or say bacon with a Jamaican accent.
Beer can.
There you go. It was a beer can.
Well, yeah, okay.
I just looked down and saw a beer can. I was like, oh yeah.
I can do that. I can do that joke. I just want to like, I really have a vision of just trying to sell Robert Felines as a game show to someplace like Baby Billy and Righteous Gemstones tried to sell Baby Billy's Bible Bonkers. Because I think we'd be good at it. Baby Billy's Bible Bonkers.
All right, last one.
All right, go. Last one.
It's a video game. Ring responsibility.
What?
Call of Duty. See that?
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
Using Ring for calling somebody is so outdated now because phones don't ring anymore. Everyone's got it on silent.
Yeah, but you gotta think though.
Also, I have absolutely zero idea why this Call of Duty is up here in this room. I don't have any video game systems in here.
It's just we were looking at things in the room.
I love Lamp.
Are you saying that because you see it right now? You're saying because it's in the room?
I love Lamp.
All right. What'd you guys have for the Precome segment?
This was a strange thought that crossed my mind the other day. You know how when you're just hanging out with the guys, sometimes you can start to act a little, just we'll call it sus, or just blatantly gay is really what it is with me and my friends. I don't think our dads acted like that. At least I can't picture my dad acting like that. So
yeah, I don't think my dad acted like that.
If our dads didn't act gay with the buddies, which by the way, what the hell were they doing? You got to act gay with the boys.
It's not gay to act gay with the boys. Like you're not doing gay stuff. You're just acting gay with the boys.
But we do it as like a joke. Does that mean by the time we have kids that grow up to be in teen, if we have sons, are they just going to be straight up having sex with their friends as a joke? Is that where we're progressing to? Like I don't know how much gayer you can get with it than what me and my friends already do.
I think what happened, and this is me trying to have like an actual take on your. I know this was an in jest discussion, but this is me trying to like actually look at that. Like I think that like people got a lot less homophobic in our generation. Like they used to be something. They used to be something you get beat up for. Not that it wasn't right. People used to get beat up for it. So like acting like that, you're like, I'm not gonna act like that in front of people with my friends because then people might mistake me for that and beat me up. And there's nothing wrong with being gay. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with being gay, but then like I think like the F word was said by a lot of people. A lot of people said that. That was a very mainstream word, I feel like, when we were growing up. And then it went away because it was like, hey, this is a really hurtful word to a lot of people. You can't say that. And then like, hey, guys, turns out gay people don't just kill you, man. Like gay people are pretty cool. There's pretty cool gay people. Like people are cool. Like whoever they love. Love is love. We did all of that. And like our generation's kind of done that. And then Gen Z kind of elevated that. So like, I don't know. I think that like the lack of homophobia, like homophobia has gone way down since our dads were our age. So I think that probably plays into it. Like it's like I'm not worried about getting my ass kicked because I'm like, hey, Pat. Like last week's podcast start was you calling me daddy and then me being like, welcome to the casting couch. And you're like, don't do that. Don't do that. Like, that's just guys being dudes. If you don't act a little gay with your friends, what are you doing, man? What are you doing?
When gay dudes are hanging out, do they act straight with their friends? As a joke?
I don't know.
I just picture like a group of gay dudes sitting around like, dude, let's look at pussy.
Because you probably have to put a Like I've got a black friend. I have gay friends, but I'm not going to ask them, hey, do you guys act more gay around each other?
Or do you
I would just
act straight as
imagine
a joke?
that you don't have to put your filter up when you're like around your people. That sounds bad.
I
Like,
guess
I don't
that's
mean
really
that,
what.
I don't mean that
No,
in a
no,
bad
that
way.
actually that is a perfectly put it because my friends are my people. So there's no filter. We're just it's all in good fun. I don't know. That it was a weird thing that popped in my head.
Well, I think
this
like
week.
if you're gay and you're hanging out with other gay people, like you don't have to worry about like I might be like, well, Pat might judge me for this, saying this. Even if you don't judge me for saying that, like you probably your guard's up more, so you can let your guard down around your boys. And I think that's probably the case there. But like, yeah, our dads were definitely not playing Call of Duty, being like, oh, fuck me, daddy, fuck me, daddy. Like they weren't yelling that shit on Xbox headsets when they were growing up because they would have probably got beat up.
I can't picture my dad like trying to plan a boys trip with his friends and telling them, dude, when I see you, I'm gonna fuck you so hard. And that's the kind of shit me and my friends say to each other. I told my buddy the other day, I was like, I'm gonna kiss you in the face when I see you. I'm gonna grab your face and just smooch you. But
Yeah,
usually
well, like,
it involves us fucking each other.
but that's also like something that I think is definitely like the homophobia has gone down a lot in society, which is good. But like Pat, I could kiss you in the mouth right now. Like that's like a thing that like people say that to, like coworkers, like dude coworkers will say that to each other. Like Chili, like I could kiss you in the mouth right now. Thank you so much for getting that to me in time. And you're like when it's you send them an email that they needed somebody's information for shit. Like it's like funny stuff like that where it's like, see, like this wouldn't have been said 10 years ago. So
Also,
maybe what we pointed out a long way about doing it is we just pointed out like, hey, good job us not being as homophobic as everybody used to be, huh? Good job,
I
world.
also think there's most people probably don't act like this though. Also,
That's
like
true.
I don't
yeah.
think Robert is doing that.
You don't do that. You're not a little gay with the
no.
boys. Why? You homophobe?
I just that's not the way I talk.
And also like because it is graphic language that we use. If it was Robert, he'd be like, I'm gonna bang you.
I'm gonna hook
Where
up
I'm
with you
gonna-
so good.
I'm gonna hold you on the couch and just make love at you.
I'm gonna pleasure you until you're senseless.
I'm gonna respect
Like
you
what?
so hard.
When I see you, you're gonna be shocked at how much consent I ask for.
You're gonna finish so hard.
You see, even that's way too graphic for Robert.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm sorry if anybody thinks we're weird on this podcast, but hey, we're fighting
We are.
homophobia every day because we're allies. Hashtag allies. Let's move on. Let's move on from that. Robert, did you have anything actually? Do you have anything to bring in?
No, not this week.
Not this
Not this
week.
week.
That's fine. That's fine. We got plenty of stuff for this week's show. Let's just no ads. No ads. Let's just roll right into the Comeback Kids segment. Let's roll right into the Comeback Kids segment. Tell you what's back in the news, according to us.
It's the Comeback Kid. The Comeback Kid of the week. The Comeback Kid of the week. Bitch.
All right. Our first Comeback Kid this week. Stepping down or standing down, depending on how you want to. Is standing down or stepping down, but both are back because Joe Biden is out of the race. He stepped down or stood down. Or stood
Did
down.
he? Did he? Or did they step down for him and he still hasn't been told? There's a lot of theories going on out there.
Is he dead? People say they haven't seen him yet, huh?
Well, no, he has been cited,
We've cited him.
but that letter that he wrote, he underlined his name. And I don't know if you heard, they searched the entire internet and he's never underlined his name before. So was it him?
People are saying.
I don't know.
People
It's
are
the right
saying-
call. It's the right call,
Although-
though. I mean, he's very old.
I am not I'm not a political guy, but like the memes were there and I'm a memes guy and like the memes were hilarious on both sides. The memes were hilarious on both sides. I was loving the memes. Like, it's been a great week for the internet. There's a lot of toxicity on both ends as well. But like, let's look past that. We're here for the memes, dude. And the memes did not disappoint this week. My favorite one, and this happens with any like letter or any typed out anything, it was my fellow Americans. The first night at bed when you left, Ron made out with 2 girls and put his head between a waitress's breasts. Also was grinding with multiple fat women. When you left crying at clutch, Ron was holding hands and dancing with a female and took down her number. Multiple people in the house know it, therefore you should know the truth. Joe Biden. And it was just, they just photoshopped the Jersey Shore letter then. Every time there's anything with text and somebody photoshops the Jersey Shore letter in, I love it. I will share it. It is my favorite thing. I don't know why it hits every time, but we need to find a way to put the Sammy letter into more things for memes. Okay, guys? I'm just going to say that. We need to start doing that.
Sammy letter was one of the seminal moments of our 20s in just the American culture.
I remember watching that episode right before going to the bar on Thursday night in college. We would pregame and watch Jersey Shore, and then we'd go to the Shenanigans of the Jolly Fox, and we'd party. And that was what we did, I think, my junior or sophomore year when Jersey Shore was in its peak. And that letter was silly, but that episode was silly, and that whole show was silly. And the fact that, like, it's one of those hashtag if you know you knows, when you post that and you get people liking it, like, these are my people. I fucks with these people. You get it.
I think that was our generation's final episode of MASH. Like how everybody tuned in, everybody watched MASH back then, partially because it was like 4 channels. But it was like the most famous television viewing experience of all time. Then for our generation, it was really, there's a lot of moments you could point to in Jersey Shore. There's either Snooki getting punched in the face or the Sammy letter. Up there, just the most important cultural moments of our 20s.
Well, and Jim Tan Laundry.
But I mean, that was a saying. I'm talking about like a singular moment.
True.
I mean, because you could always say GTL, fist pumping to every song. The whole show was just good times.
It was great. It was great. But yeah, stepping down back this week because Joe Biden's out. Kamala seems to be in. A little crazy, if you ask me. If you want to say, like, say what you want about Pass the Gravy, and, like, you can say, well, a lot of people are always like, Robert, all he cares about is his far-right politics. He's just a big MAGA guy. And then they're like, well, Pat, all he is a liberal. Just talking about, hey, free Palestine, whatever. Hating on the Jews. That's what Pat does all the time. Fucking lib. We are not that way. And then you look at me, I'm very middle of the aisle because fun fact about me, I have won camel races on camels named after both presidential candidates now. Name another person in the world that's done that. I won on Kamala Harris and I won on Donald J. Hump. Twice with Donald J. Hump, which is a little crazy, a little weird. But I was on a three-peat. I won 3 out of 4 races. No, I won 4 out of 5. I was on a three-peat for losing, but I did win 2 of those on Kamala Harris and on Donald J. Hump. Pretty sick.
It's a dynasty.
Dynasty. And very middle of the aisle of me, if you ask. Very middle of the aisle.
Let me hear your Robert Kennedy impression. Since you're the
I was gonna say, if I get asked to run to race the camels again, I would race on RF Camel. Just to be fair to all parties. RFC for camel. Ride that fucking camel is really what it's short for, minus the T. Riding fucking camels.
Ooh.
RFC.
I like that.
So yeah, stepping down, standing down. That's back. Also back this week is Brandon's. Because this is a big week. If you got a friend named Brandon that's feeling down, you're going through it, because there's probably a lot of Let's Go Brandon shirts that are going to be super cheap right now. A lot of like on the cheap Let's Go Brandon shirts. If you're looking, like if your buddy Brandon's going to a job interview, motivate him. Buy one of those. Hype them up. Gas your boys that are named Brandon up, all right? If you got a friend named Brandon, go and buy a Let's Go Brandon shirt, because now they're not like, fuck you to anybody. It's just, hey, go get him, bud. Go get him. Pal, you got this. Let's go.
Either that or they pivoted and now they're selling bye-bye Brandon shirts. It's actually not a bad idea.
Are you going to cover the overhead? I don't know. You gotta make up all the overhead you lost, so the shirts you haven't sold yet. I'm just saying it'd be really funny if we just started buying we should make a Passive Gravy Let's Go Brandon shirt, but it's just like on the back in really small thing, like in really small parentheses. It's just like, but this is not in any way a political T-shirt. This is only to motivate people named Brandon.
Or better yet, if we can just get them all sent to impoverished nations like they do with the all the shirts of the Super Bowl losers.
They had to do it with the Biden-Harris ones, right? Like, they already had all that shit printed.
The Sudanese people are just suddenly big Democrats.
Robert, are we going to do the thing I talked to you about earlier, though?
Yeah, working on it right now.
It's not available yet, but it will be later this week. Shout out to Raymundo Benavides for the art. Gravy Gang 2024 shirts. It just says Gravy Gang, like it's a political shirt. 2024 Pass Gravy Podcast. White t-shirts. Very simple. You want to go support the pod? Another way to go support the pod, passgravymerch.com.
Mm-hmm.
So that's our version of the Let's Go Brandon shirts. That's just like not as controversial. Nobody can misconstrue what you said. Do you remember
If they're thinking politically, I don't remember those.
It was I think it was the Big Brother pool the first year we did it. It was when it was still kind of, we were doing both. And like the winner got a Make America Gravy Again hat. And I went to Lids because we didn't have like a merch store or anything. I had to go to Lids and buy red hats. And I was like, all right, here. And I think it was some Michael won. I don't even know where he is anymore. He doesn't listen to the podcast, I don't think. But Michael won. And he was like, I manage construction sites. And I wore this fucking hat and got yelled at by a bunch of people that were far away from me, thinking this was a fucking MAGA hat. And I was like, you wore it though. Like, I didn't say, hey, wear this hat where you think people might get mad about it. I just thought it was a funny hat. He's like, no, it's a fucking podcast. These idiots.
We should sell those again, though.
No, now they're like super controversial.
But it's not, because it says gravy.
We gotta find out what Cammy's thing is and then go for her. On another note, I feel terrible for Trump's interns because they probably had so many anti-Joe Biden ads and all this. Like, Robert, you're a social guy too. You work on social stuff. Can you imagine all the backlogged anti-Joe Biden bullshit they gotta get rid of now? They're like, oh, I thought I had the next 4 months just set. And now like, we got to work on anti-Kamala stuff. Let's go. Get back to editing. I spent 10 hours editing anti-Joe Biden shit. Now
I mean, they had one out real quick for Kamala. But honestly, I don't think they probably didn't even have any ready for Joe. They were just like, I mean, look at him. It's probably just like one video of Trump going, President Poopy Pants. And that was like the whole ad. He just gave him a nickname.
President Poopy. What does he call Kamala? Not Sleepy Joe. Yeah, little Ted. Or no, Little Marco, Lion Ted.
I don't think he has one for her. He's just said she's awful and really sucks. Because the thing is, he's got to be careful with what his nickname for her is. Because there's a lot of different ways it can sound racist.
Yeah. Maybe it's best that he hasn't come up with a nickname for
Crazy Kamala. Communist Kamala. It'll probably be one of those. It's either going to be Crazy Kamala or Communist Kamala.
Oh, dude, if I was right-wing Twitter, I'd go Kami-la.
People say I said it a lot. She was the one who was locking everybody up. She said lock them up.
Your Trump's getting better.
I know. I think the connection is just not great.
It's getting better. It's getting better. Yeah, so Brandons are back. Shout out to all the Let's Go Brandon kids. And then also back this week, I mean, they say that Pass the Gravy is a podcast of tastemakers because we set the standard. You know what? We set the fucking... We know what people are into, all right? We know what's hot. And that's never been more apparent than this week when Kamala Harris is she's running on a brat campaign. It was a Charlie XCX song, but we straight up said it's Brat Boy Summer last week. Did we not just last week say it's Brat Boy Summer? Big rigs and trucks specifically.
Mm-hmm. And it's shocking that she's trying to co-opt that, considering she's all about electric vehicles.
Interesting.
Kind of seems I've never seen a politician be disingenuous before, and I don't like it.
Maybe we sell some Kamala flip flops, if you know what I'm saying, gang. You know what I'm saying? That'll kill. That'll kill on right wing radio. Yeah. She is. They were talking about her brat themed campaign on CNN. I didn't watch any of this. I just saw that they were using like the Charlie XCX song, and I was like, I'm just gonna accuse somebody of trying to steal something that I vaguely thought of. So that's what we're saying. We are basically. This is not our endorsement of Kamala yet. Not yet. We're going to think about it. We're going to fucking think about it. But she's going Brat Boy Summer. I don't know. I'll hear her out. I'd like anybody in the media that's not a coward, please, if you interview Kamala, say Pass Away Podcast would like to know if you endorse Brat Boy Summer. And if she said she's running on a brat campaign, she has to say yes. And then you have to be like, Kamala, pro big rigs and trucks? Does Kamala hate electrics? And then, boom, headlines.
And she would probably just try and say that she was going to get Detroit back up and running again. Try and flip it on us.
And I'd be like, look, the Red Wings almost made the playoffs. If you can get them in the playoffs, all right, that's up and running for Detroit. The Lions are good. Red Wings are about to be good again. Like, Detroit's already up and running, if you ask me.
I meant more so their auto industry.
No.
And economy.
I know you meant that. But that's what I think is funny when people get like really like into politics is like when you try and explain politics to me, know that I don't know what you're talking about most of the time.
Or care.
Like, dude, did you see all this stuff over there? I'm like, is it here? No, I didn't see that. And I don't really, I'm a bad person for saying it. I get it. That's fine. But I just don't care as much. I care about what happens here. To me.
Nothing will change for us.
What happens when it happens to you? Then I'll be mad. That's just like I said about the power. I was like, look, hurricanes happen, people deal with it. And then my power goes out. I'm like, this is fucking bullshit. All right, it's fucking bullshit. Yeah, I understand. I'm more of a me over we guy, but I think everybody is.
Hey, you got a new baby you got to focus on, man. You don't have time for all that bullshit.
I'm father. Yeah, no, but like my whole thing is like when people are like, how are you going to vote for somebody based on this? And it's like, I'm not voting for... It doesn't matter who I'm voting for, but I'm not voting for anybody based on anything other than like, yo, do I think that this guy or gal gives the Giants a better chance at winning the Super Bowl? Because if you can convince me that, then yes, I will vote for you. Like that is what I'm not running on abortion. I'm not running on taxes. I'm not running on electric vehicles. I'm not voting based on that. I'm voting based on like, can you make the Giants a little bit better this year than they were last year? And if so, yes.
Oh man, I tried to find a picture of Trump wearing a Giants hat, but all that came up were giant MAGA hats.
Yeah.
Like your Giants hat behind you.
Just like that. I need to get Trump one of those. Or Kamala one of those.
I just assumed at some point, being from New York, he probably wore a Giants hat, but you can't Google anything about his past anymore now because all that comes up is merch. I mean, you can.
So sick if you Google past the gravy. It's just a link to the merch store. Fuck, boys. That's when you made it. Hey, buy these things.
Do you like capitalism? Try these.
But yeah, Brat Boy Summer officially, like we kicked it off last week. It's officially going now that Kamala has endorsed us. Kamala, big fan of Past the Gravy, I would assume. Can we say that? Can we say she endorses the podcast by saying that she's running on a brat campaign, which is essentially something that we started because I saw it on a shirt that somebody else had?
We definitely can say that.
Okay.
Who's going to stop us until they stop us?
Pass the Gravy Podcast, the only podcast endorsed by Kamala Harris
and Donald Trump. We're still working on Robbie Kennedy's one.
Well, I don't know. Trump has never said he's running on the brat campaign. So unless I hear anybody, if anybody can send me Donnie saying it's like Brat Boy Summer, I'm in.
Yeah.
But also I like that we aren't endorsing them. they're endorsing us. So we're flipping the game on them.
They're working for our votes.
Look, I don't want to, you endorse me and then I'll endorse you, okay? Tell me why you should endorse me.
I really wish Robbie Kennedy had a shot.
I don't know. I'm going to hate all this. But just, hey, 42
Oh,
days
they all
until
suck.
football. 42 days until football. And then when football happens, like, we can just black this all out. Oh, did you guys hear about the election? No, it's fucking week 5, buddy. It's week 5. Daniel Jones has the boys 4-0. We're trying to go 5-0. Let's get it done. I'll be talking to you guys about that. Packers are going to be undefeated. We'll be talking about being fans of 2 undefeated teams. Things are going great. The Yankees will have turned their season around. The Astros already have. Be like, man, Yankees, Astros, ALCS crash course, it looks like. Packers, Giants, NFC Championship crash course. Things are good. No, I don't have time for your politics, guys. I'm sorry.
We're almost there. I'm so excited.
Dude, yeah, dude, things will be so much better. Things will be so much better in 42 days. All right. Next up, we got Tornadoes as a comeback kid. Fucking Twisters is out, bro. Did you see the movie yet? Robert, you don't see movies. Have you seen it?
I have not seen it, no.
I've heard nothing but universally good things, though.
That's all I've heard. This is the first movie in a while where it's just like everything's fucking awesome.
Yeah, that, and everyone's saying it's an amazing movie. And now Glenn Powell, he's the it guy. He is a bona fide megastar now. That's what everyone's saying.
Did you know Glenn Powell was in Spy Kids?
I did not. Did you know he was in the Dark Knight Rises?
I think I did.
Yeah, he was the guy at the stock exchange that Bane slammed his head into a keyboard.
I think I've seen stuff like that. But yeah, Glenn Powell. And then he was in that Sydney Sweeney movie this year where she just had her titties out.
Yeah.
Good for that guy.
He seems like a good dude too.
He does. And then he's in I gave a recommendation for that movie Hitman. Richard Linklater.
Oh yeah.
So he's basically like Matthew McConaughey now. He's like the new young Matthew McConaughey. And then in like 30 years, everybody's going to be like, he lived in Austin now. He's BFFs with everybody. He pretty much just owns the city. He can go anywhere.
I think he's the next Tom Cruise, just mega star actor.
He's very hot.
He got a much later start though, so that's a little bit of a stretch. But either way, I'm excited to see it. One of my friends went and saw it the night it came out, and as soon as he came out, he just texted the group chat that it's amazing, it's awesome. It's great to hear that a sequel gets made 20 years later and doesn't suck.
That's true. I mean,
which actually they did that with Top Gun already. They used to always say, I feel like they're making good long time sequels now.
To be fair, though, it's probably really hard to fuck up sequels with budgets like that and that just have awesome shit like that. Like Top Gun, I understand you can fuck it up, but like it's planes flying around, shit happening, like with planes. Like that's sick. Dudes just want to watch that. It's fucking dope. Yeah, you gonna run that back? Okay. Look at these planes going around. This is crazy. Wow, look at this guy fly this plane again. This is sick. But that's badass. Tornadoes? Hey, you know what'd be sick? More tornado movies. Yeah, dude, I'm here. I'm here for it. Fucking here for it. I want to chase a storm so bad. Let's do it. Can we do one storm chase this summer? Please. Boys, can we just do one? Can we commit to one? I'm not saying we have to do it all summer. I would like to chase one storm with you guys.
No.
Come on.
You
never chase storms with me. You never chase storms with me. Not even once.
Summer's almost over, and I got to start packing my house, dude. I got to move in like a month.
God damn it, Pat.
I'd love to, but I've got so much on my plate right now. Robert seems free though.
Robert?
No, I don't really have that much time. It's
you got so much time, Robert.
Trade deadline.
Also,
I gotta be on top of it.
I'll get you internet. We'll get a van. We can do this, dude.
We'll have to go most likely to Oklahoma, and that sounds awful.
No, we're Texas storm chasers. Fucking Twisters has that. We don't even have to chase like a tornado. Like I'm cool just chasing like a thunderstorm.
So here's what we can do.
Like we hear a storm coming, and you're like, Pat. I'll be like, Pat, come on over, bud. And you're like, all right, let's go. We get in my truck. We just drive down the road. Like, look at that storm, and then we chased it, and then we're done. And that's it.
We just watch the Doppler, and it's like passing over Houston towards Katy, and we just drive down I-10, so we stay in the rain instead of it passing us. That's technically storm chasing.
And then we gotta get Robert to get a picture of us with like our backs to each other and acting all like badass and like storm chasers, bitch. Do it the other way. Here we go.
Oh, see, on my screen, it was right.
Fuck.
Okay, so here, let me give you one.
No,
right
other
there
way,
too.
other way, other way, other way. There you go. Yeah, just like that. Just like that. So yeah, pretty much that. That's gonna be the picture right there. If you're not watching the YouTube version, that's why you should watch the YouTube version. But Twisters looks fucking badass. Everybody has said nothing but good things, like you were saying, and it's. I guess Top Gun was pretty much universally liked. Was not what's Thanos? Was the Thanos Avengers pretty universally liked?
Yeah,
Okay.
they're two of the most popular ones. Also, there's another sequel out right now that's universally liked. We got Deadpool and Wolverine that just came out,
Oh yeah.
and by all
Not
I
gonna
think
see
it came
that.
out yesterday. Oh, I gonna see it as soon as possible. By all accounts, it
Comes out
is
Friday.
absolutely. Well, I mean, I saw a lot of people that I think they're like movie reviewers
Yeah.
that were able to go and see it yesterday, and universally, I didn't see one bad one. I've been waiting for this team up for years. Ryan Reynolds has been trying to jerk off Wolverine for at least 6-7 years now, and he's finally going to get to do it. I'm happy for him. Two Canadians just palling around.
Hugh Jackman's not Canadian.
No, but Wolverine is. Wolverine's Canadian, and so is Deadpool.
Is he?
Yeah, like for sure, he actually is. Yeah.
Is he?
No, he's a
Yeah.
mutant, dude. Mutants are they're from Mutata.
Wolverine, if you look up the character, is
Michigan.
Canadian.
From Michigan.
No, Michigan just tried to fucking jack his swagger. That's all
No,
that happened.
No.
You can Google it if you want. He's a Canadian character.
Do you think Deadpool and Wolverine could kill a tornado?
I don't know if they could kill the tornado, but the tornado definitely could not kill them. So it's more of a stalemate than anything.
Oh, because Wolverine like doesn't die, right? That's his thing. He just heals.
Yeah, the same thing with Deadpool. Deadpool heals just like him too.
That's like not. That's a cheat power to have.
Well, Deadpool is like a kind of kitsch character. Like everything, he breaks the fourth wall. He talks to the camera. He's supposed to be
all kitsch
immortal.
characters.
That's the joke. Well, yeah.
You have like 175 characters in your universe. That's a lot.
You know who's a really kitsch
A
character
kitsch.
is Quicksilver, because he was played by Taylor Kitsch.
I was about to say, has Taylor Kitsch ever done it? Good for Taylor Kitsch. Shout
Also,
out to Tim Riggins. He's Tim Riggins to me. He'll never be Taylor Kitsch.
Craven the Hunter. He's also going to play him too. So
Don't know who that is.
yeah, he's kind of a bit player.
All right, sick.
He's a guy that's really good at hunting. So he's a superhero.
When is Black Panther 2 coming out?
It came out like 2 years ago.
Oh. Was it not as big as the first one?
Well,
Black Panther's my favorite superhero, personally,
he was
as an ally.
He was dead, so well now there's a new Black Panther though. It's a mantle, it's not a person.
It's like the Santa Claus. Like if they fall off the roof, you gotta take you gotta take Black Panther's costume on, and then you are now Black Panther.
Yeah, the Black Panther is the protector of Wakanda.
He's Wakanda's Santa.
Yeah. Wakanda forever. So that's us breaking down movies.
Yeah. All right. Wakanda Forever just makes me think of those Ruth Conda awards they do.
I almost said Wakanda forever.
Those are my favorite. If you don't know what Ruth Conda Forever is, just go look it up. But Twisters is back. You guys don't want to chase storms with me, but fuck it. I'll chase storms on my own. All right. I'll chase storms on my own. Shout out to Twisters, but stay the fuck away from us, please. Did you see like that? Was it 4D or 4DX theaters?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what it's called, but it's like they sit in the seats, and like when the tornado comes in the movie, like your seats rotate and shit like that, and like water sprays on you and wind is blowing on you and shit like that. I was like, just go into a tornado then.
I mean, I would want to watch it that way because it sounds awesome. I'm also usually pretty close to taking a shit at all times, so I'm worried that would make me poop my pants. Like I'd go full. I'm very worried I'd go full Biden on it. I've been eating all day. I'm going to see Tornado movie, so
there you go. Next to last comeback kid we got this week, the Olympics. They're fucking back, boys. Finally, the Olympics are here. I was watching the U.S. men's soccer team play France before the podcast.
Wait, was that a warm up or have the Olympics start? They didn't start.
If they're tournaments, like they have to start the tournaments early because like they play throughout, and so like if you think of like the Euros and the World Cup is like a month-long thing, so the Olympics are like what, a month-ish thing. So they got to start some of them early to get group stage games in to give people time for rest and stuff. They kind of got to do that. Also, the U.S. men's soccer team is like a U18 team. All of the men's teams are sitting U18 players. So like when you're looking at the U.S. team and you're like, who the fuck are these guys? It's because they're like 18-year-olds and younger.
Do we have that kid who just made it pro and he's like 14?
Not on us. If you're pro, you're probably like I don't think you're going.
He's U18. Yeah, but it's
know.
MLS, so it's like it's pro, but
Yeah, I don't know. That's just why, like, if you're watching soccer for the men, at least, like, be like their Olympics is the World Cup.
Like, how do you have Olympic events before the opening ceremonies? That's stupid.
It's very
because
close.
like
the women play tomorrow. If it's a tournament play, you got to start that early. Hockey always starts before the Winter Olympics, which are the better Olympics, if you ask me.
I don't like that. And if you want to say, well, the Olympics has always been a month. Okay, fucking extend it. Who gives a shit? Have it be a month and a half. That way we can spread out some of the other events too.
I kind of also, it feels like I pre-ordered the Olympics. Like today when I saw like the U.S. men are playing, I was like, wait, what? And it was like, yeah, on USA Network. And I was like, guess where I'm going? I was doing pod prep and I was like, I feel like I pre-ordered the Olympics and they got it. This is the 2-day period before it starts. And they're like, hey, buddy, have at it. Thanks for pre-ordering.
Also, the Summer Olympics, they don't start until swimming starts. That's the that's the event. Is Michael Phelps still doing it or is he finally aged out?
He's out.
Oh.
I think he's doing commentary.
All right, well, hey, Katie Ledecky, though.
Katie Ledecky, the GOAT. The GOAT. Who's your GOAT, Robert? Of the Olympics? Who's your Olympic GOAT this year? Who are you really looking forward to?
All the athletes that are there are just really impressive. I'm looking forward to seeing.
You have to say one. You have to say one, and then I want you to update us what they've done every week.
All right, I'm gonna go with Michael Phelps.
Nah,
he's making a comeback.
All right, you have to keep up with Sha'Carri Richardson. That's your athlete that you're most excited about. But you don't have to worry about her for a week, I think, because I don't think running is for another week. Are the Olympics 2 weeks? Maybe they're 2 weeks, and that's why they got started early.
I think they're a little over 2 weeks.
So that's probably why they started early.
Also, and I thought these Olympics couldn't get any more ridiculous than when they were like, you know, we're not giving anybody air conditioners. We're not going to do that. And then I found out they're still doing the COVID beds. They're like, well,
no,
we can't,
they're just
there's
cardboard.
COVID. We can't have them having sex. Which, like, it used to be every year the story was like, yeah, they sent 10,000 condoms to the Olympics because they know everyone's going to bang each other. Now they're like, well, we're going to give these peak athletic specimens the worst possible bed. So when they wake up in the morning, their back hurts so goddamn bad before their events. What are you doing? This is why nobody should be allowed to host the Olympics but America.
Well, no, because like we get to host the Winter Olympics in a little while.
We should host them all.
But like, what would be funny is like, all right, keep that energy when it's our turn. Now you guys get the shit beds and we get all the cool stuff. Like, you think the French athletes, they're sleeping on fucking cardboard beds? No, they got the fucking nicest mattresses in France, I bet.
Well, no, there are mattresses, but there's like a stiff side and a soft side, and apparently the soft side is still stiff as shit. But I mean,
That's because
first
they're
of
made
all,
of cardboard.
even if they're not gonna host them in America all the time, because they have to get their bribes in from other countries, uh, it should all be at American times. Like, I don't care if you have them
Right.
competing at 3 o'clock at your time. We're the number one country. We're the
Who won
best
the most
country.
wars? Us.
Everything should go
It
about
was
who has the
us.
most Super Bowls.
Who has the most SEC titles? Who has the most MLB championships?
Who
has the most
didn't
NHL
surrender?
titles?
Who didn't surrender to the Nazis?
Not us.
Us.
Not us. We didn't surrender. I'll tell you that much.
France is so dumb.
But yeah, I don't know. That's my TikTok algorithm is currently a mix between those like cities where they don't really police people stealing stuff. So it's guys just walking in with like garbage bags and taking all the stuff they can off shelves. And then people be like, can you believe this? And then I'll read the comments on it. And then it's Olympic athletes being like, this is my village. Check this out. And like Norway's whole Olympic team is on like they docked a cruise ship. And so that's their hotel. They're just like, oh, I'm just going to get boated over here real fast, hop in my hotel. And now all the Norwegian athletes are just chilling, which is fucking sick. The U.S. basketball men's team, probably the women's team too, they're like at a hotel. They're not in a village. They're all staying in fancy beds.
Which I think is dumb. Like, if you're going to the Olympics, you should. Well, I guess now with bad beds and no sex, there's no point to being in the Olympic Village anymore. But if Norway didn't make their cruise ship look like a giant Viking longship, then they're fucking up.
It looks like a cruise ship.
Should look like a Viking longship. Like we're storming the Olympics. I would have done an accent, but I can't do a Norway accent.
Yeah, I don't know what that would sound like either, but
Jorgen
some
Florgen.
Jargon. But the Olympics,
Sweden.
they're back. They're fucking back.
Woo.
Next up. Oh, also, did you see LeBron got cucked?
I did not.
Flag bearer. He was supposed to be the flag bearer. I saw today Coco Gauff is the flag bearer.
Good.
So I don't know if LeBron got fired. I saw somebody said that they may have two. And all I gotta say is if you have two flag bearers, you don't have one.
Well, I've got a theory about it. The flag isn't allowed to touch the ground. And they must have been worried that somebody would slightly walk near LeBron and he would flop and the flag would touch the ground.
Well, or that like he would walk next to like Team China and they'd be like, dude, what are you fucking doing? Why are you repping red, white, and blue? You got whoever, like, I don't know, the president of China is. He's going to fucking hate you, dude.
Xi Jinping.
That one.
Old Patty geopolitics over here.
Yeah. What about when President Xi Jinping sees this? He's going to be furious. And LeBron's like, you're right. What am I going to do? This is going to ruin the whole tour.
Good old LeBron
the China tour.
Over there.
LeBron Zedong. I do love that they made it look like they like won a championship when they beat South Sudan, not even Sudan, South Sudan and Germany by like 4 combined points.
Yeah, I assumed those games were like exhibition warm-up games. Were they actually part of it?
There were exhibition warm-up games, but like they beat South Sudan by like 2 points. And LeBron scored on like a layup at the very end and was like, yeah. And it's like pointing out South Sudan on a map for me real fast.
Also, Kevin Durant still hasn't played, yet he's taking up a roster spot. If I was him, I would make the gesture of letting Caitlin Clark take my spot on the men's team.
I would have also done that. I'm glad that you said that. I'm glad that I'm not alone on that too. I would say, hey, Kate, because I don't know if you saw this. You said you didn't watch women's basketball. I as a girl dad, hashtag, I watched the WNBA All-Star game and Caitlin Clark beat the USA All-Stars or the Team USA. It's gonna be the Olympics. Huh. Weird. You'd think Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese could probably just NBA jam it all the way to a gold medal themselves for the USA. Why would we even guys send anybody else there? They were trying to double team Caitlin Clark. She's just passing dimes. Like, it was sick, man. It was sick. Caitlin Clark, real deal.
And it's just an all-time bag fumble by the NBA. They had all this momentum going. And they have to take a 4-week break for the Olympics. And they're just going to have Caitlin Clark off of
That's
TV
wild. That's wild. I learned about that this morning. Like, dude, what am I going to gamble on? Like, Olympics are hard to gamble on. I don't know half the people.
But no, but I'm just saying they're doing that, but they're also taking Caitlin Clark off of TV because they didn't want her fans to be a distraction at the Olympics. It's like, oh, okay, so you got a hot hand right now. Let's put them on the bench and cool them off. That's a smart marketing strategy.
You don't want the Caitlin Clark stands like myself to be upset for 4 weeks. Well, guess what? I have nothing but time now to tweet about how Caitlin Clark was left off. Remind me every day to just tweet out Caitlin Clark should be on the U.S. women's national team.
Got it.
But then I will also alternate which sport each time. Like I'll put her on Meg Rapinoe's body on one, and then I'll like like water polo the next day.
After every game,
would be great.
It'll be like USA won by 54. We'll be like, if Caitlin Clark was on the team, they would have won by 64.
69.
Ah, nice.
So yeah, Olympics. They're fucking back, baby. And then our final comeback kid this week is squirting. Boys, did you see? Squirting's back. Because that geyser at Yellowstone was bursting, dude. It was bursting. That thing was squirting like nobody's business.
I saw the video, but I was more focused on the bush in the background. Squirting is cool, but I'm more of a bush guy.
Yeah, I'm more of a bush guy.
I like a natural look to my parts.
All that made me think of is like, because I think that can like kill you if it lands on you. I don't know. I think it shoots shit up. They could hurt you. And everybody was like, run in the video.
It's like superheated water.
Right. So it'll just burn you. I know that we have said that this isn't a great travel podcast. We don't travel very much. I have no interest in ever going to Yellowstone. I've never watched a second of that show. I just like, hey, go check out this place where this bison could kill you. And then also there's this pool of acid that you could fall into and then you'll just melt. And then also, hey, sometimes when you just walk around, the ground just squirts at you, but not in a cool way, in a way that'll burn you to death. And then don't forget, there's all kinds of other shit that'll just fucking kill you in this. But come on. Welcome to Yellowstone.
I get the appeal of going. It is some of the most beautiful scenery on the world. I don't want to go somewhere where a grizzly bear can just run up on me, you know?
Not a big fan of grizzly bears.
Because you know the old saying is always, I don't have to be the fastest, I just have to be faster than you. One, not true with grizzly bears, because they might just chase you anyway because you're getting away. And two, I'm definitely going to be the slowest. I'm going to be the slowest one in the group. Oh, yeah. And even if I'm not, chances are the slower person probably better stamina than I do. So I might get out to a shorter lead, but I'm going to run out of gas real quick. And then guess what? I get killed by a bear. Not how I want to go. Not how I want to go. But I mean, Yellowstone would be cool, but like if I'm going to go somewhere, I want to like go see friends, not just fucking scenery.
Yeah. And Yellowstone, the show now, I feel like is on too much.
It's outstanding, though. At least the first couple seasons.
I watch Paramount Network to watch Bar Rescue on my Sundays. That's what my Sundays are for in non-football season.
Hell yeah, brother.
It pisses me off when I go to watch John Taffer break down some 22-year-old bartender that doesn't know how to make a Manhattan because she just started bartending like 6 weeks ago. It makes me unhappy when then I see like fucking Kevin Costner. It's like, what are we gonna do with these people on our land? Like this is dumb. This is dumb. So I will not watch Yellowstone because it makes me miss Bar Rescue. And then they also have already come out with like a prequel or sequel thing. It's like the Game of Thrones thing. If I was gonna watch Game of Thrones, I'm definitely not now because House of the Dragon's out.
They haven't come out with that. They're in production.
They already finished it.
Oh wait, no, yeah, no, wait. There's 1883.
Season 2 is going on right now.
1923.
Wait, they have the third one?
Well, no, there was Yellowstone. Then there was 1883 that came out, which shows like how his family like got the land. And then 1923 was another season that came out.
There were Settlers.
Was also spectacular, and that one had Harrison Ford in it. And I can't remember the lady's name. I'm sorry, but she's a phenomenal actress too. Everything about that's great. I still haven't watched the last season though. I heard it wasn't nearly as good, but yeah, I love that you would like that show, dude.
I'm not gonna watch
but
it.
I'm not gonna push it on you. I'm not gonna push it on you because
I'm Squid Gaming it. I've already hit the Squid Game button on that. Nope, not happening.
It's also fair because each episode is an hour long, so it's like there's
Fuck out of here.
just the sheer amount of things you have to watch. I finally just finished Modern Family like 2 nights ago.
Great show.
Phenomenal show. Took me like
Great
6
show.
months.
And now it kind of feels like it's back on because those WhatsApp commercials with all the Modern Family characters in it. You're like, hey, that's Cam and Mitch again. What are they doing?
Yeah, that's not feeding my my main character imposter syndrome at all. It's like, well, they know I just finished it, so now they're airing those.
Who's your favorite on Modern Family?
It's got to be Cam.
I'd say Phil. I might be a Phil guy, although Cam is close second.
He probably goes Cam, and then 2 is probably a tie between Phil and Jay. Jay's fantastic.
Yeah, I like Jay.
Young Luke was great too. I still liked him as he got older, but once he hit puberty and his character went from fun sidekick to his dad to horny.
And Sarah Hyland is like, she was already hot, but like then you just get uncomfortable because she's like of age, and you're like, this is weird because
You might want to reframe that one. You said she was already hot, and then it became weird because she was of age.
Well, like while I watched it, she was of age. Like it's like when you watch The Sopranos now, where like Meadow Soprano is young when you start watching it. Like I don't know how old Meadow Soprano is, but she's in like high school. But you're like, okay, she's pretty, and then you're like, oh, Meadow's in college now. Okay.
So I found out. So this is a total sidetrack. Thank you for saying that. I can't believe I didn't write it down on the sheet. The mafia guy that was the basis for Tony Soprano.
There were 2 or 3.
But like the main guy, because he was also like went to church. It was something Palermo. I don't remember his name. Eventually he turned government witness and went into witness protection. You know where they sent him?
New Jersey.
Little town called Houston, Texas.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he was in Memorial from like 2003 to 2009. Lived 30 seconds away from the main investor of our restaurant, and was running the Penthouse Strip Club and another one and like a gas station that were all next to each other. When the New York Times article or whatever New York Post article came out about it, the Houston Police Department was like, oh yeah, we've been investigating that guy because of drug and prostitution. He came down to Houston in Whitbro and was just doing the same shit out of strip clubs here that he was doing up there. Now he lives in fucking Katy, 6 minutes from my childhood front door.
That's pretty sick.
And it like isn't hiding anymore. The article came out. He's like, I guess I got to sell this house. But and apparently people already knew who he was down here because A&E had done a mafia thing, and they were like, dude, that's you. And he was like, yeah, it's me.
Tony Soprano was like a mixture of like 3 dudes, but then like that's like what's his face? In Goodfellas, what was his name? Henry
Hill.
Like he went state's witness. The real Henry Hill went like state's witness in real life too, and then he like came back out and was talking about fucking Goodfellas and like put the book and shit out, and it was like, now they know what you did, and then like he did more crime, and they're like, well, like we can't really hide you. I didn't realize that. Like that's a scary thing about witness protection. We're like, hey, you got to start a brand new life. Also, if you fuck this up, we're not really gonna be able to help you. So then you're just gonna kind of be exposed, and you better hope you can figure it out on your own.
Also, the mafia is like softened up because Henry Hill died of an old age, and this guy's 80, living in fucking Katy, Texas, and the mafia is just doing nothing about it.
And then what was the? All right, we're getting in weird movies. We'll move on after this. But what was the Johnny Depp Boston movie where he was
Black Mass.
Black Mass. That
Bulger.
guy, Whitey Bulger, yeah. But that guy got beat the fuck to death in prison after the movie. So like mafia still goes hard.
The Irish don't forget.
Because they were like, oh fuck yeah, we kind of did forget about that, but this movie reminded us. Let's kill that guy. And then they went and they fucking beat the shit out of him with I think it was like socks and fucking soap, or like socks and like
I thought it was a
coins and
dumbbell.
shit. It might have been. If you put just anything in a sock, does it just not leave a bruise?
I heard that if you put oranges in a sock, it doesn't leave a bruise.
That's the one that I always hear.
Well, yeah, we both heard that on the same episode of Family Guy. I don't think that's true though, because you're still getting hit by something.
Right, we got like a blunt object still.
It's gonna leave a bruise.
If
it's
I
just
throw
a
a tennis ball and hit you hard enough, it'll probably leave a bruise, right?
If I throw an orange at you, it'll leave a bruise. Putting it in a sock does nothing to dampen the bruise. It's a sock.
But I can see like in prison, you're trying to convince a guy to go do something to somebody, and you're like, yeah, dude, no, put the orange in a sock. Cops won't even know. Guards won't be able to tell. And you're like, all right. Shit. No, I did leave marks, and they can tell. You're like, yeah. I made that up. Sorry, bro. I'll see you later.
Yeah, so squirting's back.
Squirting's back. Squirting's back, all right. Hey, we hadn't hit the weird part of the pod yet, and then we just did there. So I don't know. The political part was kind of weird. We gotta stop doing that. Let's move on. Let's get on to the not cool segment. There's a lot of things in life that aren't cool, but I'll tell you one thing that's not ever gonna be not cool. Little M Shop air fresheners. Little M air fresheners will always be the coolest air fresheners on the planet. You can get free shipping when you spend $10 or more at littleemshop.com. You're also going to get 10% off your order when you use our promo code PTG69 at checkout. Head over to littleemshop.com. Get rid of the shitty fucking little tree air fresheners you got right there. They chop down billions of trees basically to make one of those things. Little M air fresheners plants trees with every order, and by plants trees they have bird seed that they throw out, and sometimes little flowers and plants grow from them. So that's them planting flowers. Better than whatever the fucking tree bitches are doing. That's all I'm gonna say. We got the fresh death scent, the little ice scent, the Miami Beach scent, whichever scent it is. You're gonna be able to get in a cool design, like the out of this world design. It looks like you're out in space. The rad air freshener. It reminds me like Saved by the Bell, but it just says rad in cool like 90s 80s font. Pretty awesome. And then they got the floral wallpaper design as well. Looks like your grandma's wallpaper she had at her house. They also got compact mirrors, customizable keychains. They have cool themed keychains as well. Maybe you're a Swiftie. Maybe you're getting ready for like a bachelorette party, a bachelor party. You want to give your people something cool. Your kid's getting ready to go back to school. Put their name on their backpack. Did you ever do that with keychains in school, Pat? Like when I was, it was an Atlanta thing maybe, but it was like you'd get keychains and you'd put like the coolest keychains you had on your backpack, and then sometimes you had people that like went overboard and had like 15. But I remember having like I had a cool Colonel Rebel, kind of problematic now I bet, but like it was the Ole Miss mascot with the cane, and I just thought he looked like the KFC guy, so I was like, haha, let's put you right here. And then that's probably how the Giants got Eli Manning, I think. But I had a Giants one. It was just a little Giants helmet. And then I had a couple other ones. But like putting keychains on your backpack was cool. I can't imagine how cool it would have been if I had a little M hair freshener keychain that just said, or a little M keychain that just said Alex on it. People would be like, where'd you get that? At littlemshop.com, promo code PTG69 in about like 30 years. And you'll be able to get one of these too for 10% off. Littlemshop.com, littleemshop.com, the best air fresheners on the planet, the best keychains on the planet, the best compact mirrors on the planet. They got all kinds of stuff at littleemshop.com, the official sponsor of the Not Cool segment.
Not cool, man. Dude, that's not cool. Not cool. Not cool. Dude, that's not cool, man. Dude, that's not cool. Not cool. Not cool. Dude, that's not cool. Not cool. Not cool.
I have to tell my brother congratulations. He finished a workout. On your watch, you can get like notifications of people that you've connected your watch to. And so whenever like my brother works out, it gives me notifications. We always like to be like, hey, you did it, buddy. You did it.
Or he just forgot to take it off when he masturbated.
525 calories?
Vigorously masturbated.
Fuck, dude. It's a good workout. Can't hate it. That was high intensity interval training, I guess. You could say that that's masturbating.
It had a good story. So, he was really involved in finishing.
Went with it. They don't make those good stories anymore. Storylines really went away, haven't they? So the Not Cool segment, we like to vent about stuff that happened to us throughout the week. Anything that makes you say, hey, man, that's not cool. If you got hit by a bus, not cool. If maybe your power went out and then your power came back and then you didn't have internet, so you couldn't do a podcast last week. Maybe that was also not cool. That's what Pat's cool would have been. Share them with us at Pass the Grade Pod. Use the hashtag PTG Not Cool. That's how we will search for them at Pass the Grade Pod and then hashtag PTG Not Cool. We will search for some of the best ones each week and we will read them off. If you're not watching us on YouTube, youtube.com/Pass the Grade Podcast, or just search Pass the Grade Podcast on YouTube. That's how you can watch us. Come on, subscribe to us. If you're watching us on YouTube, hit the subscribe on the audio version as well. Help you brothers out. If you're watching it, or if you're listening to us, go hit subscribe and hit play on the YouTube version. Help us out. It's great. Just have us on the background. Have us on the background, Maybe you're doing stuff with us in your ears. You get to work. Just throw us on the background. And then, or at night, help us get those clicks. Like when you go to bed, hit play on your computer. You can turn all the volume all the way down. Just let it play. Just let it play through all the channels, through all of our channel, and then just help us get those numbers up. And then we can get ads, and then we don't have to bother you guys as much about doing stuff. Then we just get to hang out. All right. Our first not cool from you guys and gals is from Jordan Welch at J_Welch2795. Jordan says his not cool is the fire alarm going off at 5 a.m. in my hotel in Kansas City. It turns out it was a mechanical issue on the building's part.
Yeah,
Fire
that
alarm that
blows.
is accidental no matter what. That's the worst. That's the worst.
My dorm in college, it was one of the older dorms on campus. So from time to time, it would go off at like 2, 3 in the morning. And it got to the point where me and my buddy would just ignore it. We just wouldn't leave. Like, dude,
Yeah.
we don't smell smoke.
You like kind of peek out. I don't see anything. We're good.
Like, worst case scenario, if it was on fire and we couldn't go into the hallway, we were on the second floor. It would have hurt, but we could have jumped out the window.
Yeah. You could have
It would have
like
been fine.
tied bed sheets together and then like you made a rope.
There
That
was
is
one
cool.
time also that it went off. Like, my buddy I guess he turned 19 because I think it was freshman year. And right as it hits midnight, I jump across the room and I punch him and I'm like, "Happy birthday, bitch!" And I've got cigars that I had bought for us to smoke for his birthday. And like literally right then, as I'm in midair going to punch him, the alarms go off. So then everybody goes out of the building and they see us walking out with me holding cigars. It wasn't great optics. They were like, "Did
But
you
was
light
it? Were
those
they
up?"
lit?
Well, no. I mean, once we got outside, we lit them. So people
Oh, okay,
were like,
but
"What
they
the
weren't
fuck?"
already lit.
Yeah, we were like, we waited till we got out here to light it. It wasn't us, guys. But everyone was just looking at us smoking. You fucking assholes. But yeah, just don't go to Kansas City. I guess that's my advice.
Dude, no, that sucks,
next
man.
time.
I've been in a hotel before, where the fire alarm went off and like somebody had pulled it, and it was bullshit. We were not happy with it. It was the day after Sam Houston lost to North Dakota State and fucking Carson Wentz in the fucking national championship game. And I was in Frisco, Texas in a hotel room, and like it was like I was pretty hungover. I had been pretty hammered all day. And it was just like, all right, cool. I was trying to go to bed, and then middle of the night that shit went off. It was not fun. It was cold. You just had to stand outside until they cleared everybody to go back in. You went out and whatever you had on. It was not fun. Not fun at all. But then the Giants beat the Falcons, and I believe they won the Super Bowl that year. That was cool. So that part was cool. That part was cool. I remember the Giants gave up a safety, and I flipped the table, the little like table in the room that's by the couch, and then they didn't. I think they won like 22-2. We went to Champs Sports Bar when those were still around. I was like, we can go home after this. I have to go watch football. And then my wife went with me, or now wife, and then we watched the Giants do that. And I was like, this is what they do. They win games, and they win championships. And then they won a championship that year. And she was like, fuck, you're really good at knowing football. And I was like, yeah, I am. I'm a Giants fan. That's what happens. And then that's never been that way again. But at that moment, it was awesome. But that sucks, Jordan. That's a really good, not cool, dude. T's and P's, bro.
Mhm.
And I saw some of your pictures from Kansas City, man. It looks like you're having a good time. He was I saw he went to Kauffman Stadium and he was in the booth. Might be coming for my job. I don't know. He looked pretty
That's
good with that
cool.
mic. Looked pretty good with that microphone. I don't care who it is or like what it is. Baseball tours are always fucking sick.
Baseball
I'd go to
stadiums
any
are
baseball
awesome.
stadium. And I don't know if I'd go to every football stadium. I don't know if it's that way with any, like, you know, football has cool stuff, but like baseball is such like a unique thing where like the distance can be different in outfields. You can have fucking the green monster. Like I fucking hate the Red Sox. I would die to go to fucking Fenway. I would love going to Fenway to look at that shit.
Like, I don't ever want to go to San Francisco, but going to
I do.
that park.
I
dude.
do want to go to that park, PNC or whatever it's
No.
called.
The park is. I don't ever want to go to the city, but if I found myself there for 100%, I'd go to PNC. That's one of the coolest looking ballparks in all of the world.
I found a singer this week. By found, I mean he's been around for a while, and I just learned about him. Noah Khan, Khan. I texted you. I thought he was a country guy. He's like a folk dude, kind of like Avett Brothers in Mumford. But my TikTok had him playing a show at Fenway, and it was like a sold out, like packed show. And I was like, who the fuck is this guy? This song kind of slaps. So then I got really sucked into like Noah Khan stuff because he was at Fenway. And then Blink-182, I think, was just at Fenway. And like Tom DeLonge is like showing that they're in the locker room and all that stuff. I was like, fuck yeah, dude. Just because like Fenway's a billion years old. That's cool as fuck that people get to still play in that. Like Wrigley Field's awesome like that too. Old Yankee Stadium was that way. New Yankee Stadium is pretty fucking sick though. It's a museum to baseball, which is badass. It is. It's badass. Minute Maid Park.
It was a stadium.
Minute Maid Park, one of the most underrated stadiums in the entire MLB for sure. Because nobody ever is like top parks you got to go to. Minute Maid Park. Minute Maid Park's fun as fuck to hang out at.
Not a single bad seat in the entire. Like I've sat all the way at the top. You can still see everything going on.
It's got a train. That's sick. It's got the like viewing deck
Fucking
thing that they have there.
Tacos.
I thought Towels Hill being gone. Towels Hill was cool because I like when baseball has a little fuck shit in it. I like that Towels Hill added a little fuck shit to like maybe he's gonna run into the flagpole. Maybe he's gonna forget that it's there and stumble. Maybe he's just gonna lose his footing. Maybe it's not gonna affect him at all. But like Doug, what if is sick every time? And then if you hit a home run outside of Towels Hill, it was like 1,000 yards.
Yeah, what was the MVP baseball game that had pools on the cover? Was that 06?
I feel like he was on a bunch of covers.
Whichever one it was, I hit a ball that would have been about 40 feet over the wall, but it hit like 3/4 of the way up the foul pole on Towels Hill that was in fair territory, so I didn't get a home run. I'll never forget that. That's why I'll never forget that Houston used to have a fucking flagpole that was in fair territory for no goddamn reason. Like the hill was already cool enough. What's his last name? I want to say Smith, but I'm not sure. I believe he was the original, maybe not original, but like GM of the Astros way back in the day or some shit. Very nice guy. He used to come into the restaurant.
But yeah, that was sick. And I don't know, walk around like baseball parks are fucking sick. It's pretty much.
They're so cool.
So shout out Jordan Welch getting to go see Kauffman Stadium. All right, next not cool is from Brett Brandon at Price of a ZJ on Twitter, and Brett says his not cool is my flight for a work trip that was supposed to leave at 6:30 tomorrow morning just got canceled. It's already 9 p.m. Super. And I was excited to finally find the clit. And he said CLT, which means he was flying to Charlotte. Charlotte's cool. They have a NASCAR museum in the airport. Fun fact.
Charlotte is one of those.
Airport.
I've heard they've got great golf out there.
I don't know about the city of Charlotte. I think I've only flown in to Charlotte and like hung out in the airport. But they do have a NASCAR museum in the airport, which is badass. And then they have little rocker chairs so you can sit in, like all along like the like walkway they have, so you can just kind of wait for your flight and charge your phone while you're sitting in a rocker chair, which is kind of badass.
I saw a video the other day
is there
where someone was talking about going to Charlotte is a lot like rooting for a Charlotte sports team. From the like, it seems like it would be nice, but then it just sucks because there's nothing there.
Everybody else just looks at it like, why? Like, yeah, it's cool, but why? I don't know, Charlotte, man.
I don't know. The Carolinas, to me, it looks like a fun area. And literally, you could say anywhere in those two states, and I think everywhere in those two states is exactly the same. I think it's all Charlotte, honestly. I don't think there's anything else in those. It's just all Charlotte.
They have...
Wait, what's the beach town that's in North Carolina?
Myrtle Beach. They have Myrtle Beach. Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. North Carolina?
I don't know. It was Kenny Powers played there. That's all I know, and it looked like a fun
Myrtle
time.
Beach Mermaids.
Mm-hmm. And apparently, great golf in the Carolinas.
But the Carolinas are one of those where it's like them and Dakota. Like, we just beat Carolina. We don't need a North and South.
I don't know. I kind of like
Virginia, West Virginia. Get it together, boys. Get it together. We're the United States. It's pretty divided. We can bring in Puerto Rico as states. We can bring in some other places as states. I'm just saying, we can annex a couple other countries. That'd be sick.
Knowing nothing about the Carolinas, Greenland.
That's a good one.
They just seem like chill, which is why, like, if the Carolinas were dudes, I feel like they'd be guys that I would want to have some beers with.
Yeah, they wear visors.
Just
They
nothing
got-
like super crazy about them. Just solid dudes.
Seersuckers, visors. They golf a lot.
Kind of like white trash, but in a fun way.
Like classy white trash.
Yeah. Like they're white trash with boats.
Yeah. Well, no, I think you're thinking of like Missouri.
No, I'm thinking of the Carolinas.
Missouri's like
my
classy white trash with boats. Like that's like the Ozarks. Like
in
rich
my head,
white trash.
everything is like Myrtle Beach in Carolina. I said Charlotte earlier, but I was thinking Myrtle Beach.
Okay. But yeah, dude, that does suck, and it is also funny that Charlotte's airport is abbreviated CLT. Pretty funny.
I'm on my way to the
All
clit.
right. On the way to clit. T's and P's, Brett. You know what? Since Brett Brandon's having a tough time, let's get him a Let's Go Brandon shirt.
Ooh.
He can fly with that, and he'll feel a lot better about it. Hey, dude, let's go, Brett Brandon. All right, make that shirt. Let's go, Brett Brandon, and it only applies to him. And he's like, "Does that mean fuck me or like good?" And I was like, "I don't know. Is your wife wearing it?" All right. Tessa Goriantz at Tessa Goriantz on Twitter says, her not cool is realizing that you had a non-refundable prior commitment the same day as the one Gravy Gang event that you thought you'd be able to go to. Yeah. Can't go to Spooktacular, guys. What the fuck? Can't go to Spooktacular. Not cool. It's non-refundable. I get it though, Tess. You get it though. And just 2025. We'll link up in 2025. It'll be fun. It'll be fun.
I mean, I'm
by
not
the way.
saying you should do this, but maybe find out where the non-refundable event's going to happen, and maybe if like a pipe bursts and it gets flooded, and they can't hold it there, maybe you get your refund then.
Yeah. Yeah, that'd be sick. I was thinking
Do
other
some-
stuff might work too, like bomb threat, but don't call them bomb. We're not a bomb threat podcast.
That's federal.
Don't
That's
do
federal.
that.
You don't want to
Don't
mess
do
with the
that.
feds.
Do not call on a bomb threat.
Burst pipe, that could happen anywhere.
Saturday, December 21st. Mark your calendars if you did not hear last week. Saturday, December 21st. That's the spectacular. Or whenever we said it. Saturday, December 21st. That is the spectacular date. All right. T's and P's though, Tessa. We'll miss you there. We'll miss you there. She's come out all the way from Austin to all of those. And Tessa G is a real G. I'll tell you that much. All right. Next up, we got Bro Brad. He's at the long dude on Twitter. And Bro Brad says his not cool is people not flushing in my office bathroom. How hard is it to flush, dude? P.S. When you don't flush, we can all see that you didn't wipe either. Stripe the Mondays, you ass. He sent a picture. If you want to, you just at Patriot Pod #PTG not cool if you want to go look at it. It just got a big dookie in the bowl. I didn't put that shit for you guys, but yeah, that sucks. I never get that in a work bathroom, like especially because like most work bathrooms I feel like are like automatic flushes. But even after a while, like I don't know, I always hit it and make sure it flushes, just because you don't want anybody walking in. But what the fuck, bro? Like what the fuck? I know if I didn't flush, like one, you got a weird asshole the rest of the day. You didn't wipe or anything like that. But if you don't flush, then like you walk out, I know somebody's gonna be standing on the other side of the stall, like, whoa, dude, what the fuck? Yeah, it is embarrassing for that person if you know who they are, that like now they know you didn't even wipe. Pretty gross. Pretty gross. There's nothing worse than when you got to shit at work or anywhere, like any public area. You're like, all right, fucking finally, okay, that door's not locked. Let's go. And you go in there and it's open because somebody just diarrheaed all over the fucking stall. And you're like, what the fuck, man?
It's
Why
horrible.
would you leave this way?
Also, I'll never understand the no wipe. When some people like you would hear online, people would be like, dude, what's better than a no wipe poop when you just know you don't need to wipe? I don't know. You always have to wipe.
I have the one wipe. I've had one wipe poops where I didn't need to
Yeah.
wipe, but like I gotta check. I'm not gonna
You
walk
have
around with
to at
shit
least-
ass all day.
Dude, because there's nothing worse than all of a sudden 30 minutes later, you're like, oh, my asshole's itchy. This is gross. I'll never understand people that even try for the no wipe. You're a fucking psychopath.
Animals. That does suck, bro.
Yeah.
Brad. That does suck, buddy. T's and P's, man. All right, last one from you guys and gals. This is from Melissa Hyde. She's at Mel Hyde, myself on Twitter. And Melissa says her not cool is my dog Percy chewing up my debit card and a bunch of gift cards that I had left up on a table. Dang it, if he still isn't cute though. Yeah, she sent a picture and it was like a Texas A&M debit card just chewed all the way up. And then I think she said she thinks she's expecting to find a Lululemon gift card at a later date. So probably inside him. That sucks. And if it's anything like with money, I've seen there was somebody that had a bunch of money in his dog. Like nobody I knew, but it was like a viral story of like a dog that ate a bunch of his money and he had to like sift through it to see what he could salvage. But that shit sucks. That shit sucks. And T's and P's. Then that's just like a chore now. This is a chore. Now you got to get a new credit card. And then anything that you had on that credit or debit card that you had payments coming out of, you got to change all that stuff. That's just the worst. That gives me anxiety thinking about it. So solid, not cool, Melissa. T's and P's.
T's and P's.
I will go first out of ours. Last week, my not cool was that I think I might be I think I might be a runner. I might like running. This week, my not cool is running because
Told you.
I was doing 3 miles a day. I was crushing it. And then Friday, feeling good. I was able to get up early, beat this heat, jogging along. I was doing my regular 3 miles. I get to the end of mile 1 and I like tweaked something in my my calf, back of my leg. Just a little tweak. Just a little tweak. But it just stuck with me. And then I wasn't like limping or anything, but it was just like, this is not fun to run on. And it's mostly like not, I don't know if it's Achilles, but it's around like Achilles and the side of the like this part of your calf. If you're watching the YouTube version, go watch the YouTube version. But then like that just felt like I pulled something and I was already a mile away from my house, so I had to finish the 2 miles and did that. And then it's just been kind of sore since then. And so I haven't been able to run this week. So it's not even the fact that like it's hurt. It's the fact that like that was not. It was hurt running was really what pissed me off the most. Like if I was playing soccer and I was going to kick a ball and I hurt myself, okay, that's like an athletic injury. Like running is not, that's a normal thing your body does. Now I'm past my prime. I'm a guy that's past my prime now. I'm pulling fucking calf muscles running. The fuck is this? Going downstairs, I'm gonna start pulling shit. This is fucking dumb. I don't have these injuries.
Yeah, you're mid-30s.
Now I do. This is the first one. I feel old now. And this is the decline. This is the descent, I think. So fuck running. I'm over it.
You're on the back 9 of your 30s now, man. I'm
gonna try it back. I'm gonna try it back next week.
Gotta be careful.
Hopefully I'm gonna heal it up. I'm lifting though. Pretty good at lifting. I'm gonna get jacked. Because of protein powder. I told you guys about the protein powder. Been doing that. Just had Taco Tuesday last night. A little protein powder on top. I'm gonna be jacked. If you put protein powder on everything, you're gonna get fucking ripped. All right, that's just how it is. But running fucking sucks. So that sucks. That's my not cool. What you guys got?
I got 2. One was just because I'm used to viewing the podcast like this. You know, I just see from about my nips up. Damn, I looked fat last week. I mean, I am. But every clip I saw, that belly was round, dude. I was like, whoa, I got to start eating some salads, man. That was the
I
first
didn't
thing
think it was that bad. I didn't think it looked that bad.
Well, also because you're used to seeing me. I don't see me.
I thought I
see
had
like my face,
like the belly too, on the way that the jersey was sitting. I think it was the couch you were sitting on, because like the previous week we were at Robert's.
Angle, yeah.
We were at Robert's house. He had the table that was in front of us, so that kind of blocked like our lower half. And then just being on a couch, yeah.
Yeah, and it was kind of leaning back, but the first clip
I thought I looked like I had a
was,
little gut in a couple of the shots as well.
I was just like, damn, you boys looking rotund.
But like you're like cool though would be that you don't have to do the editing on the videos, because if you have to do the editing on the videos, I hate listening to myself and I hate looking at myself, and that is the two things that you have to do. And so that sucks.
Yeah.
But at least you didn't have to like edit yourself. I'm like, yeah, you fucking piece of shit.
I looked so pregnant. It was nuts. And my other one is, the college football game came out.
Yeah.
And I absolutely love it. I am probably happier than I have been in a long time. Just the pure joy that this game is giving me. It's also ruining my life.
Going with your alma mater?
No, I went with
Playing-
Notre Dame. My day one team. I've
you
been
didn't
Notre
go-
Dame day one. Day
But
one.
you didn't go to Notre Dame?
No, I did not.
Okay.
Yeah, but they're my day one team.
I was a
Because,
Michigan fan, and then I went to a different school, and then I'm a Sam Houston fan now.
Yeah, well, I don't abandon my teams, which, you're a Michigan man, so that makes sense that you would just be a piece of shit. But I'm not getting any sleep anymore. I've gotten maybe 7 hours in the last 2 days
You gotta recruit.
I'm recruiting and I'm trying to win natties. And then all of a sudden it's 3 a.m. and I got to work in the morning. And you would think, oh, well, guess what? Tomorrow I don't have to be at work till 3. So I'll probably, make up a lot of that sleep. No, my dumbass will probably stay up till 6 today fucking playing it. Or tomorrow playing it. It's just, it's bad. And this is when the heart attack is going to come because I'm having to use massive amounts of caffeine to overcome the lack of sleep. And then I can just feel myself at certain points of the day walking around like my arteries feel small right now.
No, dude. Like, if you need help with the lack of sleep thing, I'm your bro. I'm your boy, dude. Hit me up. I got like 5-hour energy every day. Every day, 5-hour energy. About 6 to 7 o'clock on weekdays. Boom. Pop a 5-hour energy. On weekends, you get to about 8, 9. You pop a 5-hour energy, gives you a whole new wind. You do tea in the mornings, unless you're just really beat down. Then you do a coffee, but you do the tea because the tea gives you the gradual jolt. You don't feel like you just got punched in the face and it's like, whoa, now I'm. Because when you're tired and you pop coffee real fast, you get jittery. When you do the green tea, it slowly builds it up. So you just like, you feel awake, but you don't feel like, oh, okay, let's go. I'm up. Like where you feel like you're strung out. Because coffee makes me do that. And then, yeah, it's pretty much like then you just got to focus on recruiting and maybe hire a recruiting director if you can do that. Like see if your sister will help you out with the recruiting in your spare time and just get naps in during recruiting season.
Yeah, no.
This is why you could never coach Texas State. You wouldn't be cut out for this, dude. You don't got what it takes.
Oh no, I definitely have what it takes to be a coach.
You don't have what it takes, dude. You're like broken already after a week of recruiting. You haven't even won a natty yet, have you? With Notre Dame.
I'm not stopping though. I keep going. I'm just addicted to caffeine and nicotine. I just fucking popping zins and shooting double espressos every day when I get to work, man. This is what I do. I'm living the coach life.
I mean, like, would you have let like a 5-star recruit off the line because you were a little tired? You had to go work, or are you gonna stay there and you're a recruit? Because I know you'd be recruiting. Robert would be out on that trail recruiting.
Yeah, I'm committed to winning.
Yeah, he cares.
I've had 9 5-star recruits in the last 2 years. Don't tell me I'm not committed.
Robert would have 10.
I've had
10.
I've had the top 2 recruiting class in each of the last 3 years. Don't tell me I'm not committed to my boys.
How many national championships you got, huh? None.
I have none. I keep losing the playoff. But
congratulations, you're Texas A&M. You're Texas A&M now. Neat, cool recruiting class. They look real pretty. Not gonna win nothing.
Yeah, they were underclassmen. My guys that I'm getting on campus are now coming into their own, and I've got a Heisman winner, and right now, guess what? I'm 10-0 going into the playoffs in my 3rd year or 4th year now. 4th year. Wow. So you know what? Don't tell me. Don't tell me. Yeah, my boys. The team is all my boys right now. Okay.
With Notre Dame, who's already a top 25 team when you get them. Wow.
Yeah. I'm recruiting like a fiend, dude. So don't tell me I'm not out here in the streets like Kamala. Okay. I'm putting in the work every night.
I watched so many people stream them playing that game in the last week. I probably watched like 3 hours of people playing NCAA college football 25. And I know like every time I watch, I'm like, you should just get the fuck game. And I know I can't. And every time I'm like, don't. I cannot get it. I know what it will do to me. And I cannot get it.
My quarterback.
I do not have the time.
When he throws deep balls, he kind of drops down in 3-quarter throws, and I'm like, it's not going to cut it in the NFL. You're definitely a college quarterback. You're not going to go pro.
Yeah. See, and that's what you guys know. I bleed orange for the Bearcats. I'm diehard Bearcat. I got Bearcats right behind me. Right there we go. Right behind me. For the first time ever, you don't have to create Sam Houston and add him to the game. which is sick. But like, I do not have what's required. I don't have the time necessary to recruit all these boys to Sam Houston. Sam Houston's a project. You know, you have to build them up. You have to build them up to the top. And I want to say, if I can't give you 110%, I'm not going to do it. And so that's why I did not take the Sam Houston job that I was offered, because I just didn't have time to recruit the boys and win a natty. Maybe at a later date. Maybe I'll teach my daughter how to be my recruiting exec eventually.
You gotta do it.
Really like I got
Dude, so
her
much fun.
once she get, and then she can identify the Mike linebacker already, because I showed her film when she was little. She'll remember that. Like, remember this? Where's the weak side? Show me the weak side, sweetie. Show me. Yep, that's a very good one right there. Right? What is this formation? This the wing? Yeah, very good. This is I form. That's what we're in. She's gonna be
It's
fucking
so much
crushing.
fun. It's so much
Can't wait.
fun.
Can't wait to just mold a little.
But
football
it
mind.
but it is destroying my
But-
life.
Yeah, that game. I can play Fortnite a couple games at night with the fellas. I'll send the text out. Like, anybody getting on, you can get on Fortnite. It's like 20, 30 minutes. Play 3-4 games maybe. And then I gotta go to bed. You gotta get off. That's it. That's all I got. That's all the time I got for video games.
That's another downside it too.
That's
is
a very
that,
sad part of your adult life, when you don't have time for video games.
But now that this one's out, I've got one buddy, not to say any names, but Tyler, he's a total fucking piece of shit because he won't hop on the other games with the boys anymore because he's like, no, this came out. This is all I'm gonna play now. So like, you know, he's I got a buddy that's abandoning the boys. He's being a real piece of shit.
Well, he's also recruiting.
He does hop on from time to time, but just not
So
all the
there you
time
go.
with us. He's a piece of shit.
That's
Robert, what about you?
The CrowdStrike, that's the company, right? CrowdStrike thing that happened last week. It affected, I think, apparently USPS, because I had a package that I ordered, I think, on Tuesday, was going to arrive on Friday, and I saw that it was in Houston. I'm like, okay, maybe it'll get here on Friday when it's supposed to. Then I saw that it went to Katy. I'm like, oh, that's weird. It went to Katy, but still, maybe it'll get here Friday. And this was a time sensitive thing because it was a gift for someone's birthday. And okay, it went to Katy, but I'm like, maybe it could still arrive on Friday. Then I saw that it went to Florida.
What?
Ooh,
Yeah,
That's the wrong way.
yeah, Houston and Katy to Florida. I'm
that's not great.
like, great, this thing isn't gonna arrive on time. I got it from Amazon, so I looked back on Amazon and I saw like sometimes Amazon has like, oh, if you buy this amount of eligible qualifying products, it qualifies for free same day delivery. I'm like,
Which
okay,
is bullshit. Because I already paid Prime. Give me it.
mm-hmm. So like, okay, I went back to that listing and I saw like, oh, now for some reason it has it's like as same day delivery. I just had to buy 3 of them for it to arrive on time.
Ooh,
So
Did you?
it yes, I did. It did arrive on time, but I had to buy 3 of them, and then the original one I bought arrived on Monday, I believe, or Tuesday.
Can you say what it is?
I just got like some like picture frames.
I like picture frames.
Mm-hmm.
Pat likes picture frames. You can give them to us. Don't return, dude. Don't return them.
I already returned them.
God damn. Team no return, man. It's freeing. It's awesome.
That's too stressful. No, because then I don't have the space here. You guys have been here. I don't have like the room.
Yeah, you just give it away to people, dude. It's awesome.
Robert.
You feel like a superhero. You're like, here.
Robert,
I'm
you
Robin Hood.
literally have an entire blank wall behind you that picture frames could go on.
We were at his house. We saw like, he doesn't decorate.
Like
his house.
I can see behind your head right now, whole wall.
No, I'm saving
That's
that
Sam's
wall for
wall.
something special.
What Sam wants to put on there.
No, that
Hey, you
this
had
wall, we
one
said was
poster?
fine.
But you had one poster up that was yours?
No, I had a few. I had like a 3 A1
What was the one she
niches
put-
in the hallway.
Oh, okay. They just put the googly eyes on one. That's what you got mad about. Not
Yeah.
mad, but you're like, what the hell?
Yeah, that poster in there too.
All of the posters at Robert's house, which most of you, I would imagine, have not been to Robert's house, they have googly eyes on the eyes, which is hilarious.
Mhm.
You don't notice it first, and like, wait, this is great.
Yeah,
yeah,
I definitely didn't notice.
um,
Sam said that that particular poster had googly eyes for several days before I noticed.
And then you're like, who's watching me?
Mhm.
These eyes are too googly. That's all I'll say.
Also, this morning I was putting socks on. I was at my chair and I was trying to lift up my leg to be able to reach my foot. I slammed the underside of this desk and I hurt my knee.
That sucks.
Didn't bother me all day.
Ow.
It's a good, not cool.
Yeah.
Very relatable.
Sorry that happened to you, buddy.
Yeah,
Thank
dude.
you.
T's and P's.
I appreciate
T's
it.
and P's. Good, not cool, Robert. You win.
I
You
almost
win
didn't
this
make
one.
it.
Hey, thanks for playing through it, though. Thanks for playing through it.
Yeah.
Is that it? That's all. Yeah, Pat already went. Okay. All right. Let's wrap it up with the answer segment, guys. Do we do a Pass Your Game merch ad? No, we just mentioned it. We're gonna have Pass Your Game merch stuff. PassYourGameMerch.com.
It's up now.
PassYourGameMerch.com. Go get the Gravy Gang. Gravy Gang 2024 shirt. Let me put it up. The picture of it that I have I had the picture of it on my phone. This will be on a white shirt. You get to see that. Gravy Gang 2024 Pass Your Game podcast. It looks like a stereotypical political shirt, but then it just advertises your favorite podcast. Let's say you know that you're part of the Gravy Gang. I saw a couple of you guys have already changed your like profile pictures to it, and I was like, guys, it warmed my heart seeing a couple of them change their pictures. Like I saw somebody's stories on Instagram where Gravy Gang 2024, and I was like, what? And I thought it was like I thought it was whoever it was that like posted like a political thing, and I looked at it, I was like, no, this is the one that was made this morning. This is cool. So shout out to Gravy Gang and go support your favorite podcast. And now I mean it's your podcast basically. You own 1% of the company when you buy a shirt. Wasn't that the rule?
We're still in litigation. I have to figure that out. But yeah, I think it's about 1%.
Yeah, that's what we'll say right now.
Mhm.
And then just put like a little or verbal asterisk.
Yeah.
Could change.
Pending review
Good
of our
change.
lawyers.
Pending review of our lawyers.
Yeah. Subject to change without notice.
Exactly. That's the way. Rain or shine, subject to change, if we feel like it. Okay. Let's get into the answer segment. Let's just do it.
Well, if you just answered the question, why don't you just answer the question? Be honest, no big deal. Yeah, answer the question.
Don't change the subject, just answer the fucking question.
Any questions?
All right. If you have a question at all that you'd like to ask us for the answer segment, hit us up on Twitter. We're at PassYourGamePod. Use the hashtag PTG Answers to reach us. You can also email them to us at PassYourGamePod@gmail.com. But tweeting them to us is way, way faster. At PassYourGamePod, use the hashtag PTG Answers. We do the Precome segment in the beginning of the show. We pitch our ideas. We ask any dumb questions we have, even there's no such thing as that. But then that's basically what we give you guys the floor for here. Send us any, you want parenting advice? We can help you out with that. You want relationship advice? We got you with that. You want fitness advice? Robert will help you on that. Pat will help you on that. Car guys, big car guys, we can help with that. Any questions you have at all, you got a high thought, anything like that, at PassGamePod, hashtag PTG Answers. Let's start with Raymundo Benavidez. He's the guy that made the Gravy Gang 2024 shirt, basically. Raymundo Benavidez at KMundoB on Twitter. And Mundo says, how far do you have to go for you to say, I'm out of town?
Maybe like 45 minutes.
I've been in Houston and I've told someone that I'm out of town.
That's
So,
what I
I
was
mean,
going to say.
that can make sense. Like you could
but
be
it
in Baytown. It's out of town.
Yeah. I think it depends on who it is. So if it's work or somebody you like or something about an event that you don't want to go to, then just like anything.
Mhm.
Anything. Like if you're not at your house, you're out of town. If you are somewhere in your house, like right now, my blinds are closed. I cannot see a town from my window because it is blinded up. I'm out of town. I'm not in a town currently. I'm in
My
an apartment.
buddy,
So if I wanted to
actually-
do that, then technically I'm not lying.
my buddy did this the other day. He didn't use the words out of town, but he didn't have internet at his house after the hurricane.
Mhm.
And he told his boss when they're like, okay, we're going to come in tomorrow. And he goes, I'm at my parents. I can't. He didn't tell him that his parents live 10 minutes away from him. But he technically used the I'm out of town without even going out of town.
That's brilliant.
Yeah.
So yeah, like anything, as long as you are not physically looking at a town, you can say that if you're trying to get out of something or if it's work. For serious stuff though, I would say I put like an hour away, but I think 30 minutes works. 30 minutes you're out of town. If you can say it's like a different county at all, or if it seems like it's a different area, just say I'm out of town.
Yeah, because 30 minutes in any direction is going to get you out of your town.
We're close enough to where you can say I'm out of town. Good
Yeah.
question, Raimundo. Great question. Our next question is from Kenya Valdez at Kenyatta Mandata on Twitter. And Kenya says, if a cluttered desk means a cluttered mind, does an empty desk mean an empty mind?
An empty desk means why the fuck don't you have anything on your desk or in your desk? Why do you have the desk? It's empty.
Empty desk means it's a shared desk.
Empty desk means you're a hoarder. Because why do you
No, it's
have
the
that
opposite.
desk? No, why do you have a desk if there's nothing on it?
No, an
hoarding that
empty desk means you have like a mind that is open to take on whatever. But a cluttered desk, fuck you. Cluttered desk does not mean your mind is cluttered. My mind is cluttered, but it's cluttered in a way that I know. It's organized chaos, okay? And I don't think enough people get credit for organizing chaos.
Mm-hmm. Because you can still know where things are. That's the worst, is when you finally clean and then you can't find shit.
Yeah.
You're like, God, when this place was a mess, I knew where everything was.
Like since I moved here, I have a box. I have a bunch of boxes in the closet in this room that just has podcast stuff that like I pulled out last week because I had to use some like cables and stuff for setting up at the board that Robert brought. But like, and if you were like, "Where's this thing?" I'm like, "It's in the boxes." Which box? One of the boxes. I don't know. Let me go get it. Well, you don't know where that is. It's not organized. No, it's organized. I know where it is. I just don't know exactly which box or where in the box it is. But give me a second. I'll go through all this shit.
I know the general vicinity of where it is that I'm looking for.
Right. That's like saying like, where when you were in school, where's your textbook? It's in my backpack. I don't see it. Yeah, it's in my backpack. Not, it's in the backpack that I have right under this other textbook that I have right by my lunchbox. No. Organized chaos is the best kind of chaos.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I'm going to switch on that. And yeah, empty desk means just you got a smooth brain. Smooth brain is what empty desk means.
Fucking smooth as hell.
Empty smooth desk, empty smooth brain. That's all I'm saying.
Means you're boring.
Means you're boring. Exactly. Don't be boring. Glad I turned around. All right. Next is from Ashley Wilkins. Ooh, power rankings. Give us power rankings each week. Give us 5 similarly related things, and we will power rank the fuck out of them. We are the best at power ranking stuff. Ashley Wilkins at Buster Healer Mix on Twitter says, power rank these Olympic events. And she said they were kind of obscure Olympic events, so they're not the basic ones you would normally get. The 5 Olympic events she gives us: badminton, fencing, surfing, equestrian jumping, and archery. Robert, what do you got? Power rank these.
All right, I'm going archery number 1. I'm thinking like Hunger Games. That seems like a useful skill.
All right.
I'm going surfing number 2. Then I'll go fencing number 3, equestrian jumping number 4, badminton 5.
Okay, I'll go next. 1 is fencing, sword fighting. It's fucking sword fighting, and like I feel like they like watered it down and made it not as cool, but like it's still sword fighting at the end of the day. And technology, if you watch it now, they got like light up helmets. So when you get stabbed, it's like, boop, that guy got stabbed. Kind of cool. I wish they were more piratey sword fights, but I'll take it. And if you can watch organized sword fighting, fucking sick. Only thing better than that would be jousting, I think. 2 is surfing. Surfing's sick. 3, badminton, shuttlecock. Need I say more? People that can't play badminton made pickleball. That's also what I will say. Badminton, cool. People that aren't cool enough for the shuttlecock, those are your pickleball people, all right? Those are your pickleball. 4 is archery. I don't know. Cool. You can shoot stuff from far away. I'm not as entertained by that. 5 is equestrian. The only reason it's lower than archery is that you're not even doing anything. Well, I made the horse jump. The horse is doing all the work. It's like being like, this is the greatest jockey of all time. The horse fucking won the race, buddy. You were on the horse. You didn't run. Yeah, I'm sure you did stuff. But like, horse is doing that jumping. The horse can fuck it up and just be like, I'm not doing this. I'm stepping all the way through all this shit. I'm not jumping ever. Never gonna jump. I'm gonna kick you off of me. That's what horses can do. So it's really the horses that are the athletes in that. So fencing, surfing, badminton, archery, equestrian jumping are my.
Robert was correct. Archery is number 1. Robin Hood.
Just that's like watching archery is not cool to me.
Dude, but what if he splits the arrow in twine?
They don't do that in the Olympics, dude.
Fucking I would. Archery's 1. Surfing 2. Surfing's cool as shit, dude.
Yeah, so
can't do it.
And
Surfing's...
shark attack, maybe. Who knows?
Dude, Kelly Slater.
Name him one more.
Surfer I know.
I was gonna say.
That's the only one I know. Kelly Slater. He got a video game, dude. That's sick. 3 is badminton. Badminton's dope, dude. Badminton's really fucking cool, and they go balls out on that, and it's a fun game, and it's something I can play. So that's why it's cool. 4 is gonna go fencing. It's not as cool as sword fighting because it's just the pointy one. It feels French.
But it is sword fighting. It is sword fighting.
But it's
I think
like
it is
French sword fighting.
Yeah, it is, but it's still sword fighting.
I pulled off a point de vie. And you're like, oh, you made it all French words.
On God.
And then 5 is a question. You're swagger jacking the horse is doing all the work.
Yeah. It's bullshit. It's
bullshit,
bullshit, really. That like, do the horses get gold medals? Because I don't think so. I think the person on the horse gets the gold medal, and to you get a gold medal, and the horse did all the work. Bullshit. I'm just gonna come out and say it. Bullshit.
Train the horse to do it without you.
Yeah, strip them of their medals. Strip all the riders of their medals and give them to the horses. That's what I would do. Make horseshoes out of those gold medals.
Now, horseshoes are the
That's fucking badass.
That would be electric.
Badass.
That'd be cool as shit.
All right. I thought that was a solid power rankings. Good job, Ashley.
Hell yeah.
Next is Colleen Campbell. I think she wrote in for the first time last week. For the first time in a while last week. And looks like she's back for more. Welcome back, Colleen. But Colleen says, if Disneyland is the happiest place on earth, what is the saddest place on earth?
Death Valley.
I was going to say Auschwitz.
Yeah, I was going to give you the option of me giving you a fun answer or the correct answer.
I would say a concentration camp is probably the least fun place on earth.
I've got one that's less fun right now. Well, okay, so the fun answer is Cowboy Stadium after a playoff game. Jerry World after a playoff game because they just lost, so everyone's sad. The correct one is the waiting room of an abortion clinic. It's not fun. Nothing fun's going on there.
Well, she said the saddest place.
Saddest place, not happiest place.
Not
that's probably pretty sad. But I would say that's pretty
fun,
sad. I don't think it's like a happy vibe in a clinic.
Or maybe the NICU at a hospital.
But you guys don't think you don't think like people going somewhere just to specifically get slaughtered? Like that seems like the saddest place.
Wherever they house crack babies, that doesn't seem like a very jolly place.
I still feel like concentration camps is the easiest one there. Like, come on,
well,
man.
no,
the South.
The concentration camps now they're more somber. At the time,
they're more somber. Shut up. They're so sad.
At the time, very sad. Now it's more of like a man. This is, because you see people taking selfies and shit there, man. It's inappropriate as fuck.
Saddest place on earth also could be 9/11 Museum.
Again, more
Pearl
somber
Harbor place.
Because I've been to the 9/11 memorial, and I wasn't really sad. It was just like it's an impactful place. You feel the weight of it, but I didn't. Really
Big Taliban guy.
No, I'm very anti Al Qaeda too.
Doesn't sound like it. I'm gonna go
I'm
Auschwitz
also
though.
I'm also emotionally broken. So
But good question. Good question, Colin. Keep them coming, girl. I love that. Last question for the pod. This is from Brandon Whitehead at Brando Whitehead on Twitter. And Brandon says, get Brandon a Let's Go Brandon shirt. Let's go,
yeah,
Brandon. Fuck yeah, dude. I got a shirt waiting for you. Brandon says, if Australia is known as the land down under, what country is known as the land up and over?
it's America's hat. It's Canada.
No, so on this one, I think you got to look at what's closest to the North Pole. I think Greenland is closer than Canada. So I think the land up and over would be Greenland because it would be closest to the North Pole, which is literally up and over.
Yeah, but it's just got ocean below it.
A lot of people forget this. Greenland, not green, is covered in ice. Iceland, covered in green. Mighty Ducks taught me that.
And also, everything revolves around America. So what's up and over us? Canada.
Greenland is also up and over us.
They're like off to
It's
the
literally
side.
up above us and then over Canada. So that's like the definition of up and then over. I would say Greenland. Look on a globe. You got the North Pole at the top. What's
You know, he
closest
did
place
have-
to North Pole?
He did ask for up and over.
Up and over.
It is Greenland. He did ask for up and over. Yeah, up and over. I wasn't doing the and over.
That was the and over. Land down under, up, over. You cool with Greenland too, Robert? Did you have a different one?
I'm good with that. I was gonna say
Okay, I don't-
the North Pole, but it's not a country, so
Is that a country?
Yeah.
It should be a country.
it should be.
I mean,
Isn't there
there's
isn't there an
letters that
Andover?
go there all the time.
Isn't there an Andover in
Landover.
Maryland?
Landover, Maryland. It's where
Oh, it's
the
Landover. Yeah.
the commies play. Washington commies play there.
Mm-hmm.
What
All
about
right.
the Land Rover?
Land Rover. That would be what you would. That's like the official vehicle of Greenland, probably. I would guess.
Yeah.
Robert, do you know what the capital of Greenland is?
No.
Reykjavik.
Reykjavik. Yeah, it's
Shout out
Iceland.
Craig Ferguson. Learned
Isn't
that
that
from
Iceland?
his night show.
I think it's Iceland.
Is that Iceland? I thought it was Greenland.
I think it's Iceland.
All I know is it's spelled crazy. They throw
No,
a
capital
bunch of
of
letters.
Greenland is Nuuk.
Fuck!
N-U-U-K.
It is Iceland. Sorry. See, this is what they took Craig Ferguson off the TV, and I don't remember things anymore.
Reykjavik is Iceland.
Damn.
Fuck.
All right.
dude,
Well,
see?
scratch that.
Hey, what you gotta learn, there's a few things in life that you're gonna need to know. And it's that you don't need any information on Iceland outside of the movie The Mighty Ducks 2.
Mm.
That is 100% your Iceland geography that you need. And
See,
probably Greenland too.
I'm a geopolitical expert, not a geography expert.
You know the Chinese guy, the head Chinese guy,
Yeah.
the Chinese Communist Party. You're more into that.
Xi Jinping.
And then you're in like Al Mosir Baghdadi of like Hamas. You know that guy, right?
Abu al-Baghdadi died like a dog.
Fucking. All right, and on that note, let's do a random celebrity. Let's do a random celebrity. Robert, no fucking pressure, buddy. No pressure, pal. But you got it last week. You got it last week. The amount of people that were just like jacked for Robert, that made me very happy. And I watched that clip. Every time somebody would comment on it, I would go watch it. I was jacked just as much every single time. I was like, fucking let's go. Because I couldn't believe you got it.
Yeah, I think that's why we're not live this week. He didn't want to do it live because he didn't want one
You
of us,
didn't think you go-
getting it. He didn't
you
want that
think you run
juice
it
to
back.
carry over.
And then you run it back. All right. All right. Let's go around the room. Robert, you go first.
Do we retire this once each of us has gotten it?
No, it keeps going because
It
it's
just keeps
fun.
going in perpetuity? All right.
Yeah.
Do you not think about random celebrities all week? Like I'll just like
No.
when there's a celebrity name come up, I'm like, I might use them at the end of this week's podcast. But then I forget them, and then I just write down like a list of people that I will maybe use, and then I usually don't use them either.
I don't think about it until like 5 seconds before we get to the segment.
All right, so I gotta go with that strategy.
All right.
Mhm.
I'm going Mark Ruffalo.
Pat,
I'm going to go with the greatest talk show host of all time, Craig Ferguson.
I'm gonna go Selena Gomez. All right, this is me opening it. Hold on, let me pull it up. There we go. This is our prep sheet. It's not as cool when I have to do it on my phone. So the first person that shows up on the sample size, Ralph Waldo Emerson.
Yeah.
Let's try it now. Let's try it now. Come on, what are we doing? All right, generate. Carmen Electra.
Ooh,
Carmen Electra. Nobody got it. All right, we get
Smoke
we get
show.
3 if we don't fucking get
Yeah,
it.
we get 3.
Chiwell Ejiofor. You guys know that guy?
No idea.
he's
He
an
is,
actor. Yeah, I've seen him in stuff.
In Dirty Pretty Things, and he was Peter in Love Actually. Oh, I'm not. That's why I haven't seen it because I didn't watch Love Actually.
All right, last one.
All right. Justin Guarini. Ooh.
Oh,
First runner up to Kelly Clarkson on American Idol.
the original number 2.
The original number 2. All right, guys. Better luck next week. For everybody that didn't get it. We love you guys. Have a great rest of your week. Really, really, really appreciate you guys sticking with us. Go and support Gravy Gang 2024. We got the t-shirts up at PassTheGravyMerch.com. I'm at Alex J. Middleton. Pat's at not Pat DM. Robert is at Robert Barbosa03. Share us with a friend, please. YouTube.com/PassTheGravy Podcast. Or just search Pass the Gravy Podcast on YouTube. Make sure you hit subscribe. Go click like on the video. Type or just if you're watching the YouTube version, type in a random Olympic sport. Give me a random Olympic sport in the comments. Help us get those comments and the likes on all the videos. That really helps out a lot. And then share our Instagram, our YouTube, all of our posts and stuff. Share that stuff. It really helps us out as well. 5-star review on iTunes, Spotify, iHeartRadio, wherever else you listen to podcasts. Love you guys. Love you guys. Love you guys. We mean it. And until we talk to you next time, pass the gravy. Yeah, bitches.
Gravy gang, gang, gang. Baby, pop the top and let it spread. As we're listening to Pass the Gravy. We're going fishing for your bitch today. We're drunk in Houston, Houston, baby.